Ready? All right. Welcome to the Baseball University Western North Carolina Scout Streaming Series presented by CamWood Bats. We're live from Charlotte, North Carolina, the Queen City, on the campus of Providence Day School, where the Greenies of Christ School are getting ready to take on these Chargers. And it's a beautiful day. It's 4 o'clock. It's the earliest game we've done this week. Might be able to get in bed before the next day starts this time. I guess the first thing we should do is thank our sponsor, CamWood. It was a great game last night, or 2 nights ago. We were in South Point. Again, CamWood Bats. We've been handing out those Player of the Game awards. And just to give you a little bit on CamWood, some of y'all from the Charlotte area listening in might not know about the wood bat company up there in the mountains in Haywood County, Western North Carolina, but it serves baseball and softball players across the nation. Game bats, trainers, tees, tutorials, and more are available for purchase at www.camwoodbats.com. And as part of our partnership with CamWood, make sure you use the coupon code BBUWNC for a 10% discount on all purchases through their website. It's a good matchup today. Providence Day, from my memory, has taken the last 2 games from Christ School. One thing I want to focus on a little bit is just the difference between the public school baseball experience and the private school baseball experience and just the education experience. I was fortunate to coach for Christ School Wesley King 2022-23, and just the dedication, the time put into it, the facilities. It's just a different experience sometimes than what you're seeing at the public school level. And again, I'm not trying to knock public school. I just think that they have more control over their culture in a private school environment. And one thing that I would love to see in the future is more public schools and private schools play each other. Because when I was at Christ School, and even now, Asheville Christian Christ School, they have trouble finding public schools that'll play them up that way. So we'd have to travel, Durham, Raleigh, Knoxville. They're going down to Florida this year. I think they went last year. So again, this gives you guys a look into the private school sector a little bit today. I know, Hunter, you said when you were at North Henderson, Justin used to schedule Christ School when what's his name was coaching?
Coach Pat James, longtime Christ School Greenies head coach. We used to go over there, and they'd come over to our place multiple times a year. So it was always a good opponent to have, the Greenies, and getting to see some talent from around the globe. Actually, one year they had a catcher who was from South America, I believe Ecuador, like 2016-17. So it was really cool to get to see and experience, other cultures and other, areas where we haven't seen that in the public school system.
I believe one of the players that Wesley brought in was a young man named Salvador Name. I don't know how to say the last name, but I think he's from Mexico. So again, just talent. I mean, baseball is a global sport now. We are in the Meineke pregame show, so we do want to thank them real quick for being our pregame and postgame sponsor. With numerous locations in Western North Carolina, there's no better spot to get your vehicle seen and serviced. Whether it's an oil change, brakes, mufflers, tires, wheels, air conditioning, you name it, Meineke is doing car care right. And we're going to talk a little bit about the coach's background. Wesley King, like I said, very familiar with him. This is his 5th year at Christ School and his 16th year as a head coach. And his 21st year coaching in general. So again, that's 5 at Christ School, 3 at West Henderson, 4 at Middle Creek, and then 4 at North Buncombe High School. Wesley was a Western Carolina Catamount, and then he finished up his college career at Winthrop. I know your mother taught Wesley.
My mother taught Wesley back when he was at West Henderson High School, and very good friends with Mr. King and his family, wonderful family. Know Wesley very well. Got to play against him when he was coaching at West, and it was really cool to get to see someone that my family knows very well. So he comes over plate, gives the lineups up. So yeah, know a lot about Wesley. Actually have a Western Carolina program from the 90s. My dad has it. It's got Wesley and a couple other guys from Harrison County in it.
Yep. And again, I'm very very appreciative of Wesley when he brought me into the Christ School experience. It was like just, again, it was just a whole nother side of the baseball world to experiment with, and was very fortunate to work with some good players there. We'll talk about them in a minute. But first, let's talk about Steve Bondurant, the coach here at Providence Day. He's been here for 11 years, 9 as assistant, 2 as the head coach. And he is a South Carolina Gamecock. He was drafted in the 15th round. I don't have a year on here, so I'm not going to show his age. But he was I think he made it up to AA and led the league in wins and strikeouts. And I know he made a couple all-star teams in the minors. So, I mean, he's a very well oh, yes, Poppy's Popcorn. We're going to talk about them in just a second. So that's our travel sponsor today. I think everybody that attends is getting some free popcorn, it sounds like. So
it does.
I would say you can hop right in here and tell us what you got for us.
It is the Asheville mix in our artist bags, which local Asheville artists have designed the bags for those popcorn. So it's the white cheddar and caramel or salted caramel mixed popcorn.
Oh boy. I was going to say, might as well go ahead and give them a shout out with a little bit more to the, I was going to say, here we go. All right. So Poppy's Popcorn, we got handcrafted popcorn based out of Asheville, North Carolina. Is made with the simple goal: real ingredients, creative flavor that people love, and they make it fun. The biggest part of Poppy is that they strive to make the world a better place by spreading joy and caring about others. They make their popcorn with love and intention, because that's what it takes to succeed and to spread the positivity we see. So what's the Poppy secret? Real people, real flavors, real love. So again, make sure you support Poppy's. We thank them because it took 2.5 hours to get here. So they're our travel sponsor. So we're much appreciative of them. And I'm ready to dive into that. So we'll open that box up here in just a bit. We also have our Christ School sponsor today is Gravely Construction. You guys might remember Jake Gravely graduated last year, and he's at Asbury College now. This is his dad, Gravely's Construction. They've been serving Western North Carolina and upstate South Carolina since 1978. Clearing, grading, and retaining walls are just a few applications of their expertise. Give them a call at their office at 828-884-4919 or the cell at 828-553-3135. And then our sponsor for Providence Day today, the home team sponsor, is Hickory Nut Gap. Hickory Nut Gap, we believe strong communities start with strong connections on the farm, at the dinner table, and on the field. That's why we're proud to support local high school athletics, fueling young athletes with real, nourishing food and investing in the next generation. Join Hickory Nut Gap in building community through agriculture. Sign up for their CSA. Visit the farm in Fairview, North Carolina, or find Hickory Nut Gap meats at your favorite local retailer. Learn more at hickorynutgap.com.
The campus of Providence Day School. It is an NCISAA varsity boys baseball matchup featuring the visiting Greenies from Christ School in Providence, South Carolina, and your 2025 Chargers of Providence Day. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's introduce the starting lineup for the visiting Greenies of Christ School. We win the game today with a record of 1-0. Leading off and pitching number 12, Wells Alderman. Batting second and playing first base, number 2, Luca Rose.
All right.
Batting third, playing shortstop, number 5, Corbin Stillman.
When do you want me to do that interview? Or
anytime. Let's say y'all might be hearing I got Owen Shirey, right? So you say your last name. He's going to probably hop in with us at some point during the game. Talented athlete, but IL right now. What's your injury? That was a basketball injury. Yep. So Owen's a good ball player. He might hop in with us here, maybe the third or fourth inning. Cool. I'll get you some starting lineups here in just a minute.
Batting seventh and playing right field, number 21, Aaron Gosgold. In the 8th spot, playing second base, number 8, Kane Granning.
Woo!
In the 9th spot and playing center field, number 11, T.K. Wright. And batting 10th and playing left field, number 18, Nehemiah Smith. The head coach of the Greenies of Christ School is Wesley King. Assistant coaches Jay Farrell, Caleb Penner, and DJ Redden. Ladies and gentlemen, there's your starting lineup. And coaches for for the visiting Greenies of Christ School in Arden, South Carolina.
Just taking a picture.
North Carolina, that is.
Sorry, just taking pictures of the lineup.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, here is today's starting lineup for your Chargers of Providence Day. Leading off and playing center field, senior number 4, Austin Ward. Batting second and playing first base, junior number 15, George Okenauer. In the third spot and playing third base, junior captain number 5, Rush Adams. In the cleanup spot and catching, senior co-captain number 9, Austin Nelson. Batting fifth and playing shortstop, sophomore number 14, Charlie Perrott. Batting sixth for the Chargers and playing second base, sophomore number 12, Trevor Yancey. In the seventh spot for Providence Day, playing left field, junior number 7, Jeff Rivera. The designated hitter for the Chargers, sophomore number 32, Matthew Emery. Batting ninth for Providence Day, playing right field, junior number 2, Brendan Raven. And in the 10th spot for the Chargers, sophomore number 8, Lawson Oakland. And pitching, our distinguished coaching staff for the Chargers, his second season as head coach from the University of South Carolina, Steve Bondurant. Assistant coach from Mayo High School in Darlington, South Carolina, and first base coach, Freddie Cotton. Assistant coach from High Point University, Tim Mansfield. And assistant coach and third base coach from Davidson College, Evan Mitchell. Ladies and gentlemen, there's your starting lineup and coaches for your 2025 Chargers of Providence Day.
Pretty dang good introductions.
Yeah.
So,
we got a professional.
So we got a professional on our hands over here today. I think we'll have our national anthem here, and then we'll talk about our Meineke Fleet keys to the game.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, please rise, remove your caps and hats as we take time to honor America and our servicemen and women serving here in the United States and around the world to keep our nation safe and free, as well as our veterans and their past sacrifices that positively impact our freedoms today. And now, the singing of our national anthem. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Thank you, and do keep America in your thoughts and prayers.
Well, both teams are 1-0. This is only the second game of the year for each, but it'll be the toughest one so far. Both teams won their opening games fairly easily. Again, this is the third matchup that I have on memory. I first saw these two play in 2023. And then last year, Providence Day took the second of those games in a row. So this is a bit of a rematch here. I know Christ School is wanting to be the spoiler here at home for Providence Day. So again, the Meineke fleet keys to the game. So what makes Meineke the smart choice for your fleet? Solutions to meet the needs of any fleet, including fleet leasing, self-managed, rental agencies. Meineke is proud to sponsor the Meineke fleet keys to the game. So what are those keys? Well, first thing is got to keep it a clean game. It's early baseball, as you saw at that South Point 4-hour marathon the other day. Got to get the mistakes out early. So with both of these being very talented, well-disciplined teams, whoever plays the cleanest game probably wins the game. Secondly, not necessarily a senior-heavy group, but the seniors have to lead. Looking for those guys to set the tone for the youth, take the pressure off their shoulders a little bit. Like I said, Providence Day is one of the last two meetings here. So for Christ School, some of those seniors that remember that those two losses have to be find the dog in them this year. And biggest thing I'm seeing with good pitching is whoever's going to get strike one against these disciplined offenses is going to give themselves the best chance to win today. So strike one, very important pitch when you're seeing disciplined ball teams. Again, we didn't really get a chance to go through the players to watch. We'll probably touch on that as we go through the lineup.
Let's give a shout out to our first inning sponsor, Bloom Patch Farms. Bloom Patch Farms social medias and emails are on your screen. You can give them a follow on Facebook and Instagram and check out their website and their phone number. Let's play ball.
Wells Alderman, the Fayettevillean, is in his junior season here with Christ School. Talented young athlete. He'll be doing the pitching today. He's been a very important part of the pitching staff here at the Greenies since he arrived. Squares to bunt, pulls back, ball misses just outside. It's 2-0 here for the leadoff hitter. Wells still mulling around the idea of college baseball. Very good academic student and plenty talented to play at the next level. Just a matter of where does it fit with the academic aspirations. 2-1 count here. A little bit of shade across the field, kind of obstructing the straight line path from batter to pitcher. We'll see if that messes with the batter's ability to pick up the ball early in this ball game. No lights here at Providence Day, so it's a true day game. This game will go as long as the sunshine allows us. Here's the delivery. Nice spot, but can't catch it. Ball gets away from Nelson. It's going to be 3-2. Oh, that's our first one back to the net. Let's check the integrity of the camera. How we doing?
Looks good.
All right, good deal. That was our biggest fear today. Kind of tying into the netting today. It's kind of a cardinal sin for me, but if you saw what we're sitting next to, Coach has done the same for his Game Changer camera, so he gave us permission. HBP hits Wells Alderman. He's going to head on down to first base. It was a 3-2 count. So whether it hit him or not, he was getting down there. He was out of the strike zone.
First baseman number 2, Luca Rose.
That brings Luca Ward the Roses Rose to the plate. For my Shakespeare fans out there, Duke of York, House of York for the House of Lancaster. No,
I was a stat major.
Yeah, right. That's an English major and stat major. Here, there's going to be some conflict on the choice of banter, more quantitative versus qualitative filling. Luca heading to Queens University, so he's actually going to have to. He's here in Charlotte. This will be his home next year. Playing for the Royals. Beautiful stadium down there at Queens. The only issue I have with this being close to the airport, you get a lot of that airplane noise down there. Well, falls behind here 2-0. Wells Alderman off at first base. Luca Rose looking to see if he can take his time, show a little patience here to work the pitch count up. Our starting pitcher again today was in a hurry writing down the lineups. Again, being a day game here, this game caught up to us a little bit here in the preparation.
Oh, yeah, we did not factor in some
There's
time
ball
today.
4, so a hit by pitch and a walk.
But we made it. We're live
Mhm.
and on a beautiful campus of Providence Day School.
Very beautiful campus.
Shortstop number 5, Corbin.
We're going to try to use this camera angle right here a little bit if we can. It's up on a light pole and might experience a little issues today. So you might not see a lot of that camera angle, but you
Yeah,
can see
the
the
pitcher
beautiful
today.
field house over there next to the football facilities, batting cages in center field.
That's the pitcher, Lawson Copeland.
Copeland on the mound.
Yep, sorry for that, folks. It's falling behind a little bit. So Lawson Copeland, the sophomore. Coach said that he has a plus arm.
Bunt down.
Bunt down.
Picks
Copeland
it.
double
Hesitates,
clutches,
throws.
and he's going to throw it away. Spilliards is going to head down to second base. Wells Alderman in. Luca Rose to third. So E1 on the bunt. Spilliards makes it all the way to second on the 2-base error. Luca Rose the third, and Wells Alderman in for the first run of the game. So again, as I was saying about Copeland, Coach Bondurant thinks he's got a bright future. Fastball's been clocked in the upper 80s. He's got a strong build. He's new to Providence Day this year. He's looking to have a big season here for the Chargers, but this isn't necessarily the way he'd hoped it'd start today. But it's early, and as we've seen all week, like, it doesn't matter how far you fall behind. We saw South Point come back from a 10-run deficit. We saw West Henderson come back from an 8-run deficit. They ended up losing those games, but it still made it close.
A lot of runs scored early on for these teams in the first week of baseball season.
Now, Jonathan Reese, the batter, doing the catching today. He's heading to Caldwell Tech next year. Very talented athlete. Can't check it there on the 86-mile-per-hour fastball. So definitely some heat here from Copeland. So one unearned run in. Jonathan Reese, a very dangerous hitter. He had a home run here 2 years ago. Has the ability to put the ball out to both sides of the field. Calls the curveball for a strike at the top of the zone. So 1-2 count here. Still nobody out. Copeland going from the stretch with runners on second and third. Infield in. Ooh, throws it up. That was off speed 74. Looks like a changeup that he couldn't get on top of. Evens the count at 2s. And Luca Rose off of third base. Not a ton of room in, behind home plate. You know, not I'd say about 20 feet to the backstop
Yeah,
here.
if that.
Just missed on the corner. Copeland wanted it. So full count here. They do have first base open. Again, infield is in. Fastball 87. Throws it by Reese. So that's a big strikeout for Copeland to record the first out of the inning.
Strikeout for the Chargers. Lawson Copeland. Third baseman number 4, Henry Tutera.
Henry Tutera, he's a freshman. Very talented young man. Henry playing third base today. He's also a catcher. He can play all around the diamond. Getting some young greenies in the lineup today. Some reclasses. I think Tutera was on the varsity squad last year as an 8th grader, so he'll be a 5-year contributor for Wesley King's Greenies. It's pretty good heat so far. Seeing 86 to 87 on Copeland.
Yeah, mid to high 80s.
That might be the hardest. I mean, Amos Rich was up to 88 the other evening. I know he's been up higher in the past, but we've seen a couple good velos. The Wilson kid was 85, 86 the other day for South Point. Henry Tutera finds himself in a 2-1 count, 1 out. Nice take at the bottom of the zone. Definitely bringing the heat. Swing and a hard ground ball to shortstop. Can't field it cleanly, so the run will score. It'll be an RBI ground out for Henry Tutera. 6-3. Scores Luca Rose from third base. So a 2-run lead for the Greenies here early in the top half of the first inning.
Designated hitter number 13, Patrick Robichaud.
Here's Patrick Robichaud, also a very talented pitcher. He's playing, he's DHing today. Nehemiah Smith in left field. Patrick Robichaud DHing for Smith. Here's the first pitch to Patrick Robichaud. Swing and a miss with some off speed there. So 0-1 here, 2 outs. Still one more runner in scoring position out there with Spilliards. Here's delivery. Nice curveball. Just misses. Looked like a good spot. Just finishing up my lineup cards here. All right. Now we're ready to roll. Let's go. Now we know everybody.
I think we're both just kind of on edge getting here.
Well, you're dealing with Charlotte traffic.
Yeah, Charlotte traffic that already made my blood pressure go up.
Yeah, and we got here about an hour and 45 minutes before game time. I know the Greenies bus pulled up a little later, and they were hoping too. And that's just, it kind of brought back flashbacks to living in Baltimore. You come down to Charlotte. There's Billiards taking off on the pitch, and he takes third base. Is he able to stay on the bag as he slides across? Yes. So stolen base on the ball 4 pitch to Robichaud.
Definitely is a 2.5 hour job, not an hour 45-minute job. That is for sure. Factoring in discussion time, catching up with the coaches a little bit before it. Like you lose 5-10 minutes in a conversation. It's like, oh, where are we at? So, but we're good. We're set. Hopefully, we're looking good. Drop a line in the chat if you are watching. Maybe where you're watching from.
First and third situation here. Garen Gosnell up at the plate, right-handed batter, left-handed thrower, also a talented pitcher for Coach King's Greenies.
Jesse says good luck, Coach.
Oh, yeah? My boy Jesse watching at home. It's funny, my kids are 9 and 10. I think they still think it's like the equivalent of Major League Baseball. They assume like everyone across the nation is watching. Which, we have had some people drop lines from all around the country because, people are sending out the link to aunts and uncles and grandparents, and friends and family. And again, with these two programs being private schools, sometimes families aren't necessarily located close. I know Greenies being a Christ School being a boarding school, a lot of day students, or excuse me, not a lot of day students. It's more boarders. Gosnell fouls one off the right side into the trees. It's a nice setup here with where they place the stadium. You got the trees that kind of line the line, at least the first base line, creates an element of shade.
That is definitely the property line because they were mentioned earlier. Someone spoke of, why don't we have lights? And someone said, it's because the neighborhood around here, you can't put lights up in the neighborhood. So
It's interesting. I guess
tight
right behind this
confines.
picket fence is
tight
you're off
confines here,
campus.
Providence Day.
Misses up. So Copeland definitely showing some good stuff, but struggling a little bit with the control early on. Talented sophomore arm. But like we talked about today, the most important pitch for these two disciplined teams is going to be strike one. Oh, spikes one, 84. There might be a play at the plate here. Corbin Spilliards in by a hand. And the runner's still rolling. Patrick Robichaud makes it all the way to third base. So Corbin Spilliards scores on the wild pitch. And Patty Robichaud running all the way around to third base. So 3 runs in. 1 more out there at third. Garen Gosnell finds himself with a 2-2. Or no, is that full count? I think it says 3-2 out there. Full count 3-2, umpire says. Kicks, delivers. Up in the zone, ball 4. So 1, 2, 3 walks and a hit by pitch here for Copeland in the first, and that brings the number 8 hitter, Cade Granning, to the plate. Well, not quite yet. We're going to have a quick pitcher's mound visit here. Well, maybe a good time to mention
let's mention our Patreon.
Yeah, we started a Patreon here at Baseball University of the Blue Ridge. If you're watching this, just know that the more financial support that we can find here at Baseball University of Blue Ridge, the more coverage of Western North Carolina baseball we can bring you. So please check out www.patreon.com/BB University WNC and think about joining one of our memberships to help crowdfund this good idea. You know, we're getting great feedback this year. Fans really enjoy the changes that we've made to the product, the production. Still working some kinks out. But overall, it's been a fun first week. Definitely exhausted. I think I averaged maybe 2.5 hours of sleep per night.
Mm-hmm.
Cade Grannon, very intelligent young man here. Very scrappy ball player. Can play just about any position on the field. Interested in studying engineering, so he's started reaching out to a few engineering small schools. So if you're an engineering program or a coach at a program that has engineering, he's one of your guys. Pop fly in the shallow right center. The center fielder Ward comes in to make the final out.
Austin Ward for the Chargers.
So the Greenies sent 8 to the plate and have 3 in. And for Providence Day, Ward, Kokenauer, and Adams will be coming to the plate.
Yeah, good time. Bottom of the midway through the first. Mention our first name sponsor, Bloom Patch Farms. Bloom Patch Farm in Harrisville, North Carolina offers over 300 dahlia varieties for spring planting and provides floral design services. VIP cutting and floral tours are booking on weekends from March through October. Contact us at 828-772-1798 or visit our social media pages. You can find their Facebook on your screen, Bloom Patch Farm, and on Instagram at Bloom Patch. Their website's bloompatchfarmllc.com. And we already mentioned their phone number. You can see all that on your screen. So big thank you to Miss Sumner over at Bloom Patch Farm for being our first inning sponsor.
Let's do a quick review on these teams. Christ School last year was 13-14. They did make the final 8 of the 4A playoffs. Big wins last year were down in Clearwater versus IMG Academy. Had their first playoff W since 2019 last year. They sent 5 seniors to college. Good JV program last year was 11-2, so we're seeing a lot of those guys graduated to this team. Added a new pro warning track, a new stadium wall last year, so a lot of great things happening at Christ School. Providence Day, last year they were 9-15 with a young team, 3-7. 0-8 to start, but then they won 6 of their next 7, including wins at Christ School and Charlotte Christian. Had a first-round playoff win, but lost in the quarterfinals. This year, They have a new surface, got the new Bermuda grass. They've leveled the field a bit, and both these teams are looking to improve upon their losing records last year. It's just too much talent to hold back.
And playing center field, senior number 4, Austin Ward.
Austin Ward.
Big swing there by Ward.
Austin Ward, the senior, playing center field today. Wells Alderman doing the pitching today for Christ School. Fastball fouled back to the screen. That's a quick 0-2 count. We talked about the importance of strike one today.
One of the minor keys to the game, getting strike one on these disciplined offenses. A lot of balls taken by
nice curveball. Strike three. 3 pitches. 3 strikes. Backwards K. A lot of depth on that curveball by Wells Alderman.
Batting second for the Chargers and playing first base. Number 15, George Kokenauer.
George Kokenauer. Did some work with George back in November. Good kid, very high academic. I believe he's trying to be a heart surgeon one day. He's been taking visits at places like Johns Hopkins and some of the higher academic schools. Also a catcher. He's behind Austin Nelson at the moment, who's heading off to Rhodes College next year. So George doing his time at first base today. Another good curveball for a strike. Wells Alderman's fastball sitting about 82. The curveball with a lot of break, a lot of depth to it, about 67, 68. Another curveball. Strike 3. Gets away from Jonathan Reese to see if he can get down to first base in time. Oh, and the throw hits Kokenauer in the back, and he's going to be safe at first base. So strikeout, but pass ball sends him down to first base. So 2 Ks in the inning for Wells, but only 1 out. Brings Rush Adams to the plate. Rush doing the work at third base today. Very good hitter. Has some good pop. I remember Rush last year. We posted a few highlights on our Twitter after they played Christ School. I want to say he had two solid base hits against Christ School last year. Rush is another kid that's looking to play at the next level. So the runner on first, Wells Alderman from the stretch to another curveball. So a lot of curveballs early here for Alderman. So the Greenies wearing the uniforms reminiscent of the Oakland Athletics today. Or I should say the Sacramento A's. Are they just the
No,
A's?
they're just the Athletics this year, just like the Washington football team.
The Washington football team.
Excited to see what the Athletics have this year, though. They made a few moves that looks like they might not be the bottom of the barrel.
They are trying. I mean, they've invested more money recently than they have in the past. It might be in preparation for some changes at the MLB level. They might have to start negotiations for a salary floor, salary cap. 82-mile-per-hour fastball fouled off to the right. So 1 out, 1 on here with the drop, strike 3. Kokenauer down at first. Adams finds himself in a 3-2 full count. Nice pitch, strike 3. Base is occupied, so he's out. So yes, Kokenauer off on the play, but with first base already being occupied, Adams is out. So 3 Ks in the inning for Wells Alderman
2 outs.
with 2 outs. Could this be one of those situations where we see 4 strikeouts in 1 inning?
And catching, number 9, Austin Nelson.
Austin Nelson heading to Rhodes College next year. It's a good D3 academic program in Tennessee. A few Christ School players have gone there in the past as well. Alderman delivers. That curveball is working. 66 on the gun there. Again, Wells, good pitcher, good changeup too. He's got kind of that open stride that, always kind of remind me a little bit of Oliver Drake, who used to pitch in the majors. Velo's been steady, about 82, 83 for him for the last couple seasons. That might just be where he's at, and that's fine. I can play. There's probably more in there with a little bit more work, but the curveball, changeup, fastball combo is good enough for him to find opportunities at the next level if he wants them. Again, high academic ball player from Fayetteville, my birth town, fellow Fayettevillean. So 1-2 count. Think you'll see a curveball here?
I mean, that's all I'm saying.
There it is. Oh, and Nelson was looking for it too, wasn't he? Smith back to left field, and boom, it almost hits your Jeep.
I knew that would happen.
So 2-run home run by Austin Nelson. And you know, I think he was looking for the curveball. So big swing puts the Chargers back within 1. So 3-2 here in the first inning.
Yeah, I knew when we rolled up and parked, I'm like, it's going to get hit today if I don't move it. And I was telling my friend earlier, I was like, should I move this? And she was saying, yeah, you might want to move it towards the softball field. And I was like, it'll be okay. It's already got a cracked windshield, but now it might have a cracked back windshield.
I think it bounced over your Jeep.
Hopefully so.
Swing, and there's a bounder. Someone's going to have to come get it. Spilliards makes the play, throws it across, and it gets past, or excuse me, it bounces the throw to Rose, is not able to handle it. So I'm going to say infield single, but I would have liked to see either the third baseman come in and get that, or
a third baseman's got to come across on that ball. His momentum would be taking him all the way to first. Like that, you just can't sit back on that. Even the shortstop was sitting back on that.
Yep, it just seemed like right when I looked up, once I saw no feet moving, I was like, he's making it to first base.
A lot of these guys are fast on both sides of the ball today. Seen a lot of speed.
So here's Trevor Yancey, a sophomore, second baseman today, does some pitching as well. Yancey, oh, there's a big swing to right field. That's going to be a single. Picked up quickly, so no more advance. I was going to say Yancey pitched in Providence Day's opening day win, and I believe Coach told me he touched 91.
Interesting.
So we got a good arm here in Yancey at first base. He's not going to be pitching today, but any coaches listening in, that's a name you're probably going to check in on.
Left fielder number 7, Jack Rivera.
So Jack Rivera to the plate now. Rivera Jr., he's in left field this evening. There's strike one. And again, Wells Alderman just needs to stick with the plan. He was locating early, getting ahead. He just probably had the wrong pitch selection to one of their best hitters, and that's why he's going to college to play ball. You know, sat back, waited for the curve. It was in the zone and got a big swing on it. Goes back to the curveball. Good depth of bounces at 2-1 count. And I'll be honest, I think this is where he needs to go back and rely on his fastball a little bit more here. Nice pitch. 79 on the gun. Again, I know we're sitting here talking about high velos, but throwing strikes is number one issue. You know, we saw that with South Point. Strike 3. So 4 Ks in the inning for Wells Alderman. Struck out the first 3 batters, except sandwiched in between with those Ks was a drop third strike. Nelson fell behind 2 strikes, but you heard us call it. We thought the curveball was coming. Nelson thought it too. Hits the 2-run dinger. Scores Kokenauer, who had reached on that pass ball. Crop and Yancey singles back-to-back. Unfortunately, it leads to no more damage for them.
Well, yeah, stay connected to Baseball University of the Blue Ridge across all platforms. Like and subscribe on YouTube at www.youtube.com/@BBUniversityWNC. Like us on Facebook at Baseball University of the Blue Ridge. Follow us on X, formerly known as Twitter, and Instagram at BBUniversityWNC. And check out our website at www.baseballu.org. You can find all the handles and website and everything on your screen. Be sure to stay connected to Baseball University of the Blue Ridge. We're off to the second inning, so let's go ahead and throw up our second inning sponsor, Hail Tax Solutions. Ryan, you know the guys over at Hail Tax Solutions.
Oh, yeah, we just did our taxes last week. I mean, for me, it's just one of those places where you can sit down and talk, just one-on-one with your guy, go through all your records together, try to figure out every dollar you can possibly save. So we're proud to have Hale Tax Solutions as our official tax preparer of Baseball University of the Blue Ridge. So tax season in full swing, give Hale Tax Solutions a call today. Copeland out for a second inning work, hoping to hit the zone earlier. Looked close, but just a bit outside. He's been consistent on the outside, so no one's going to complain. So 1-0 count to the number 9 hitter, TK Wright. First look at TK. I think TK was at TC Robertson last year before transferring over to Christ School. 2-0 count here. TK in center field this evening. Nice pitch. Had some boring action to that fastball. So Copeland, 2-1, trying to even the count. Swing and foul back. How's the stream looking so far, Hunter?
Stream appears to be looking good. However, camera angle 2 up there.
Still struggling?
Still struggling. I don't know if that's just because of the distance to the Starlink or what, but it just keeps throwing up high latency numbers. So if any tech guys are listening, all high.
It's been a change up again. Just having a little trouble getting the grip on it. 71.
Yeah, if any tech guys are listening, and you can figure out why these cameras sometimes are just having issues. I'll cut to 2 after this pitch and show y'all, but it's just kind of choppy and buffering.
Swing, pop up in center field, Ward in, settles under. That is out number 1.
Austin Ward with a full head of steam coming in to snag that fly ball.
So that brings the pitcher, Wells Alderman, back to the plate. Wells was hit by a pitch before he came in to score the first run of the game on the bunt by Corbin Spilliers that was thrown wide.
Might have to go check these power banks here in a little bit, make sure they're.
You want to put? I was going to say you can put this one in if you want. All right, so Wells takes a ball outside, 2-0. So just missing on the outside corner, but pretty consistent from where we're sitting. We can see top of the zone, but high, 88 on the radar gun. So Copeland with the mid to high 80s fastball this evening.
You can see it over there. It looks pretty decent on the laptop.
Right. Good deal.
Call strike. Yeah, this setup, very cool setup. Feels like you're in the very, very expensive seats in a Major League Ballpark right here.
Right behind home plate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right up in our faces.
Oh, I can't wait to see that one on the stream.
Anybody, yeah. I was say if you want the link, we can give it to you. So go ahead. Copeland delivers. Oh, another one right back to our faces. Oh my Lord!
We've been coaches getting a new pad.
So we've been up in the press boxes for the first 3 games this week. So this is the first one. We're right next to the action.
Drop it to you.
And we're snug up here in the property line of Providence Day. So this is about as much space as we can muster. Another one. This is Wells Alderman doing this to us on purpose. Terrified.
There it is.
So we're bound to lose a camera this year at some point. It's a good fight here and a full count by Wells Alderman. We'll see what Copeland goes to.
Let us know how it looks.
89, but out of the zone. So definitely some heat coming from Copeland.
Pitcher number 12.
Yeah, guys, sharing the link around. Definitely send to your grandparents, aunts, uncles, cousins, everybody.
Yeah, if you're listening at home, just send the link out. It was early game today. People are working. They might not know that we're on early today. So
it's Friday. It is 4:30. It's the last 20 minutes. 30
last 20 minutes of work.
Office. Yeah.
Might as well just waste it. And that's going to be a pass ball. Pops out Glover Nelson. That allows Wells to move on down to second base. So Luca Rose with the runner in scoring position with 1 out here in the top of the second. Luca walked his first time up and came around to score on the RBI ground out by Henry Tatera. The infield was in. Tatera hit a hard grounder to short. Shortstop Kropf knocked it down Wasn't able to field it cleanly. Got the out at first, but the bobble allowed Rose to score. That's a great dirt ball read by Wells Alderman. So sneaks away from Nelson. I guess we'll technically call that one a wild pitch. So a pass ball and a wild pitch allows Wells Alderman to make it all the way to third base after the walk. Luca Rose needs to keep the ball in the middle of the field or elevate it as the infield is in once again here early in this ball game. So 3-2. Ball up at the top of the zone as a ball. Again, Luca Rose, a talented left-handed pitcher as well. Enjoyed coaching him when I was here at Christ School. Mid-80s lefty with a really interesting, tall, wide delivery. He'll be heading off to Queens. Is it Queens College or Queens University? Queens University?
Queens University now. It used to be Queens College.
Gotcha.
Back when you probably were learning about it.
I know they started their program not too long ago. I think their first coach they hired was former MLB Cy Young winner Jack McDowell, but I think he was only there for a season. They brought in somebody new, and then I think that guy left. I forget who the head coach is now. I'd have to go back and look. Full count here to Luca Rose. 1 out, trying to get that runner in here. Fouls it back. Brattle's coach's game changer camera a little bit. How's his view looking?
Hope that one's looking good. Ours looks great.
It does look good.
Bungeed in by yours truly.
I'm just worried.
Shameless play. Yeah, worried a ball's going to hit it
by
and
far the
shatter
most
it.
vulnerable camera placement we've had all year.
I don't know. Well, yeah.
Pop up. It's going to be in the infield here. Wells Alderman is going to just dance off the bag, see where it goes, as nobody is third baseman went out to help. So good job by Alderman getting off a little bit to see if it does drop, but it's a pop out to the shortstop, PO6 for Rose. 2 outs now, and that brings Corbin Spilliards to the plate. Corbin with a good bunt last time was trying to push the runners over and ended up causing more chaos than he had intended as the throw went wide and allowed Wells Alderman to score the first run of the game. Corbin Spilliards, talented switch hitter, again doing the shortstop work today for Wesley King. Usually pretty short to the ball, tough out. He's got a chance to be a pretty productive player at the next level if he keeps working hard. 84 on the gun there. So fastball's been about 84 to 89, depending on windup and stretch. Wells Alderman on third base with the lefty up. He's got a clear view of the catcher if it does pop out again and get away from Nelson. Good spot.
Ooh.
So 1-2 count. Buried that fastball in the inner half there. It was a good location. If he goes there again, Spilliards got to work to get his hands in and get the barrel to the ball. Copeland delivers. Oh, and it hits him. It hit him. That's
It's a dead ball.
So Wells Alderman's going to be out. But that ball hit him. So I don't know if umpire is going to ask for help.
So final out of the inning, there was no runs, no hits.
So Wesley King walking down to the home plate to talk to the umpire.
Yep.
We're going to see here. This may extend the inning because, again, I think Hunter saw what I saw. The ball bounced, but it hit him in the leg.
I would definitely
So that'll be an HBP. Spilliards will go down to first. Wells Alderman will have to go back to third base.
Not a throw-out.
So Wells Alderman stays at third. Spilliards goes down to first base with a hit by pitch. It'll be a first and third situation with 2 outs here. Again, TK Wright with the fly out to center. Luca Rose with the pop out to short. There are 2 outs of the inning. Wells Alderman was our second batter of the game, or second batter of the inning. He walked. He made it all the way around to third on a pass ball and a wild pitch. Bounces the pitch to Spilliards, hits him. In the chaos, umpire did not notice it hit him at first, but after meeting with the field umpire, it's been discussed. This is the right call from our perspective. Jonathan Reese to the plate now. Again, the Caldwell Community College commit. Struck out his first time up. Jonathan had an amazing 2023 offensive year. A little down last year. I mean, still had his moments, but had a great defensive season last year. And I'll tell you, if he can take that 23 offense and 24 defense, I mean, he's one of the most elite catching prospects in North Carolina, in my opinion.
Oh,
There's another HBP. So Jonathan Reese going to head down to first base. Bases loaded now. So Spilliard at second, Wells still at third, and Reese down to first base. So Jonathan Reese, the catcher. See if he gets a courtesy runner here.
Third baseman number 4, Henry Tutera.
Henry Tutera with an RBI ground out his first time up. Henry at third base today, also a catcher. Henry, definitely a talented young ball player. Stopped by a practice a couple weeks ago. Was watching them inter squad, and he took his teammate Luca deep to right center field, opposite field home run, which that's pretty impressive for a freshman off of a talented D1 lefty. Swing, fouls it back to the bricks. Strike one.
Coach King going to talk to his batter here. Give him some confidence. Looks like he's telling him straight tack to the ball. Throw the hands at it. Straight line attack. You got pivotal runs here. Especially with 2 outs, you want to try at least get one in here.
So infield back with 2 outs. And getting out of any bag here. Copeland again, good velo. Just having to try to zone in on his control a little bit. So he's a sophomore. He's got 2 full seasons after this to lock in on his abilities and refine these tools. 83 on the fastball there. A lot of pitches here in the first 2 innings as well. So I don't know what sort of pitch count he might be on with it being the second game of the season. Swing and
inform me on this, Ryan. Does the NCISAA have the same pitch count rules as the NCHSAA?
Yeah. Yeah, we always had to do the same sheets that we did for the public schools too.
Interesting that both systems collaborated on that rule. It's good for arm health of young athletes who, before they implemented it, would get burnt out all the time.
I mean, I've seen some high pitch counts that first week. That's strike 3. Nice pitch by Copeland. I mean, a lot of the games we went to, I felt like the pitch counts were pretty well managed. But I did look around the box scores and seen a couple 90 pluses the first week, which it's mountain baseball. You see that sometimes, but you only got so many bullets in the gun. You know what I mean? You got to take care of that arm.
Yep.
All right, Hail Tax Solutions. Again, thank you for being the official tax preparer of Baseball University of the Blue Ridge. Hail Tax has been in business since 1997. Hail Tax Solutions International is headed by former IRS agents that understand the tax system's complexities and can guide you to your maximum returns. They perform all categories of tax returns, including personal, corporate, trusts, estates, and nonprofits. They also offer bookkeeping services, consulting, and can be your representation at state or federal audits. With tax season in full swing, give Hail Tax Solutions International a call at 828-435-6082 today to schedule your return.
We're not going to show the file today, that's for sure.
Well, a lot of Christ School grads have made their way to college baseball the last few years. You got a couple up at Western Carolina right now with Brody Raleigh, Charlie Collins. Got a chance to coach those guys in 2023. Both are very good baseball players. John O'Pierce having a great year over at Roane State in Tennessee. Reese Ballard, Jay Gravely from last year's team made their way out to Asbury in Kentucky. You got Jacob Wild over at Brevard College, D3. It's local. Chase Gribble is at Caldwell Tech. And Andrew Grande, I saw, transferred from Walters State to Towson last year. So that's actually where I got my second degree, was at Towson University. So Andrew Grande up in Baltimore. And then Will Fleming still playing AAA baseball for the Royals as well. Did not get a chance to get with Coach Bondurant to do the Where Are They Now for Providence Day, but we'll try to get that list when we come back for the Charlotte Christian game. Wells Alderman is third inning of work here, or second inning. Let's see.
Second inning, bottom second.
Inning, yep, bottom 2. So 8-9-1 here for the Chargers. This is Emery. Matthew Emery, the sophomore. So gets ahead 0-2, like we talked about. First pitch strikes are big today because it allows the off speed to work like that. So as the 5th strikeout already for Wells Alderman, as he had 4 in the first inning. Don't see that every day.
Go check 2.
Is this Copeland or is it the kid who's DHing for him? Brendan Ravine. This is Brendan Ravine's DHing for the pitcher, the number 9 hitter. There's a swing and a pop in the middle here. Jonathan Reese out from behind the plate and makes the catch. Again, we told you he's a great defensive catcher. So great job by the catcher taking charge there. That's going to bring the top of the lineup up with 2 outs. It's Cullen Ward, the junior.
Center fielder number 4, Austin Ward.
Austin Ward was a strikeout victim his first time up. Again, Austin, a senior. So ball 1. Fastball just outside. And the umpire's been consistent on that corner, so really no reason to complain on that close call. Nice curveball. An ugly swing on a 2-0 pitch. Again, long week this week. Monday, we were at RS Central for North Henderson's 3-1 victory on opening night. On Tuesday, we went down to Christ High School, where they played West Henderson and won. Final score is 10-7, I believe. Is that this one? All right, here.
Oh, no, the big one. Way up there.
Does it matter?
It's been awful.
I was going to say, if it goes out, though, during the broadcast, does it affect any of this? No? Okay. Because I would say you climb up there and press the button, but
yeah, that's all I was going to think about trying to do.
The ladder's actually in that soccer goal.
First baseman number 15 for Kokenauer.
I can do that in between.
Yeah.
George Kokenauer struck out, but the drop third strike allowed him to get the first base last inning, and that extended the inning enough for Nelson's 2-run home run. So Ward at first base with the walk. Kokenauer with the swing, and that's going to be a single in the right center field. Ward's going to hold up at second. So runners on first and second with 2 outs here. So nice piece of hitting there by Kokenauer. That brings Rush Adams back to the plate.
Yeah, go do that.
Can I do it right now?
Not now, but in between.
Third baseman number 5, Rush Adams.
So 3-2 game here, but the Chargers threatening a bit. Caleb Penner, the pitching coach, out to talk to Wells Alderman. Alderman is on his way down the hill as if he was out of the game, but maybe it's a pitch count thing. But he's been throwing pretty well besides the one mistake to Nelson. And again, if we don't have that drop third strike, there may be no damage. All right, pitching visit's over. And Adams, also a strikeout victim his first time up. Rush, the number 3 hitter. Again, Coach Bondurant spoke very highly of Adams' ability to hit the ball hard. So this is the opportunity that you would hope to find your number 3 hitter in with runners in scoring opportunity. curveball in the outside corner for a strike. With runners in scoring position, this is a good opportunity to try to tie this ball game early here. Swing, and there's a ground ball in the hold. Picked up by Tutera, throws across, and umpire calls him safe. Bang, bang play over there. So infield single for Adams. And we got ducks on the pond here. So 3 runners on, bases loaded. And that brings Austin Nelson back to the plate. And if you're Wells Alderman here, you just can't think about that last AB. You had him 2 strikes. You got the stuff to retire him. Greenies can make an out anywhere on the field here if they can knock it down. Here's the pitch. Swing. There's a fly ball to right field. Hit pretty hard, but right at the right fielder, Garen Gosnell. So no damage after loading the bases. All right, I'm going to let Hunter take it for a minute while I run out and fix a camera battery.
Yeah, I think we're going to
top of the third, Christ School 3 and the Chargers 2.
thank you to our broadcast sponsor, CamWood Bats. CamWood Bats is located in Haywood County, West North Carolina, but serves baseball and softball players across the nation. Game bats, trainers, tees, tutorials, and more are available for purchase at www.camwoodbats.com. And as a part of our partnership with CamWood, make sure to use the coupon code BBUWNC for a 10% discount on all purchases through their website. CamWood Bats, sponsor of CamWood Bats Player of the Game. Thank you to CamWood Bats for making these beautiful trophy bats that we get to decide who is worthy of Player of the Game. So again, thank you to the guys over at CamWood, Haywood County, and check out their website and use coupon code BBUWNC for 10% off. We're going to enter the third inning here, sponsored by American Legion Post 70. American Legion Post 70 and the Post 70 Cardinal Baseball Program are proud sponsors of Baseball University of the Blue Ridge. We're going to have tryouts on March 23rd at 4 at West Henderson High School. Coached by Chris Decker, former North Henderson baseball pitching coach, and current teacher at North, former teacher at Veritas Christian Academy, so knows the private school network very well. And fortunate to know Chris Decker played with both his sons, Ryan and Kyle, who both played collegiate baseball. So excited to see what Chris Decker and the Cardinal Baseball Program have this summer with Legion Baseball. I know Legion is growing in the West North Carolina region, so excited to see where that goes. What do we get here? We get ball 1 to start. Who is this? Number 12. Chin music to Robichaud, the sophomore. Ground ball hard to the second baseman. Scoops, gloves, and throws. 1 out in the top of the third. Ryan, how we looking?
Did it work?
We'll find out if it's charging.
Huh.
As long as that thing says
It
charging.
came on when I hit it.
Okay. Did the little thing go off? That said low power mode on the screen.
Oh, really?
We'll see what happens. I got a battery checker on here.
Okay. I wonder why I did that.
What do we got here?
You don't think the phone's faulty, do you?
I don't think so. I think that the issues are just 2 secondary issues to each other.
The battery pack's on now. It's good.
Yeah.
Was that ground ball out to second base there?
Yeah, ground ball to second. 4-3
Right,
put
so
out.
1 down. All right, 82 on the gun there, so velo down just a little bit. Copeland was up to 89. It was his highest velo there earlier in the game. Garen Gosnell, the batter, took a walk his first time up. Swing at a nasty curve. Yep, Nelson catches it clean. That's strike 3. Cade Granding at the plate flew out to center field his last time up.
All right, 2 quickly down here in the top half of the third inning. Second baseman, number 8, Cade Grannon.
So Cade Grannon been working hard. Very hard worker. He's gotten himself to a position to become an everyday contributor. Not the biggest prospect, but does a lot of good things for you on the plate. Just like that, hits it hard, but right into the glove of the shortstop. So, again, Cade, a very solid swing, but right into the leather. So 1, 2, 3 for the Greenies in the third, and the Chargers coming up will be bringing Croft, Yancey, and Rivera to the plate.
Well, midway through the third, we just talked about them. Felt like American Legion Post 70 baseball. Reiterate, tryouts are March 23rd at 4 p.m. at West Henderson High School. Interested players are required to attend one of our tryouts with more dates to come. Be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. For more information, reach out via one of these socials and mention Coach Chris Decker. Big thank you to American Legion Post 70 out of Asheville for being our third inning sponsor. You can find their Facebook, email, website, and phone number on your screen right now. We'll leave that up for a few seconds so y'all get a screenshot, picture of that. Make sure you contact Coach Chris Decker and American Legion Post 70.
So we've had a couple of baseballs get right up in our face today, being close to the field here. All right, I'm going to dive into some of this Poppy's Asheville mix here.
Yes, sir. Let's get these.
Man, I'll tell you, it sounds like, the whole clean ingredient thing, that's big nowadays. They're trying to clean up the food here in the country a little bit, get people healthy again.
The Asheville mix.
Poppy, you ain't lying. This is some good popcorn.
Hold on to some of that for the future games.
So we're going to start handing some of these out to the fans here, too.
Another curveball from Welsh. He loves that thing.
So wait till in between innings, we'll start chucking those at some families, get Poppy's popcorn in people's hands, do a little grassroots marketing there.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Croft had an infield single his last time up. The shortstop today. So, yeah, what a long week. We've seen just about every seems like we covered just about every inch of Western North Carolina this week. Again, with South Point on Wednesday, that was a beautiful baseball field. Crest having a good week. Wyatt McSwain had 2 home runs at the game we attended on Tuesday. And then he hit another one against Cherryville this week, so 3 home runs for Wyatt McSwain this week. Crest looking solid early on. Tuscola, they're playing AC Reynolds today. Not a lot of baseball early on a Friday, so no real updates for you yet on the Max Preps. Swinging a ground ball is Cade Granning at second. Picks up smoothly and throws over to first for an easy out. Nice routine play by Granning. That brings Yancey to the plate. Yancey had a single after the Nelson home run in the first inning. Croft and Yancey had back-to-back singles before Wells Alderman struck out Rivera to end it. And that was his 4th K in that inning. You don't see that much, but again, even if it's a drop third strike, it still counts as a strikeout in your stat line. So again, good curveball by Wells Alderman. And his curveballs look great today. He just threw one that was unfortunately guessed right on by Nelson, who saw it coming and sent it a long way to Hunter's truck. Excuse me, Hunter's Jeep.
Hey, Jeep's not sponsored. We don't have to shout them out.
Jeep, the official home run magnet of Austin Nelson.
That will be a good business I can reach out to where I bought the Jeep from. I'm not going to name them yet, but if they want to sponsor, I will.
Top of the zone curveball there. It's been called a couple times today, so a couple groans. But honestly, I think the umpire's got a pretty consistent zone. For high school ball, I don't care about necessarily being right. It's about being consistent. Like that pitch right there hasn't been called all day, so doesn't call it again.
Yep.
Yeah, good game here. Most of the games that we've attended this week have been close. They didn't necessarily start out that way, but glad that we haven't had any blowouts yet. Pop up right in front. Wells Alderman, the pitcher, calls it himself and makes the catch for the second out. The rare PO1 in the book. And that brings Jack Rivera, the junior, up.
Left fielder, number 7, Jack Rivera.
Woo. Yeah, next week we have a couple games, or actually 3 games. Monday, we're going to be at McDowell High School for their out-of-conference matchup with Chase High School. And then Wednesday, we will be traveling to South Caldwell when they play Anka from Buncombe County. Nice pitch on the corner there by Wells. Caught a ball? Ooh, that might be the first one, I think. I didn't like it, at least. And then Thursday, we're going to be in North Lincoln. Wow. Okay.
I remember where that one was.
Yeah, so it's probably the first time today I feel like Blue may have been outside his established zone. But yes, North Lincoln's facing Asheville. Asheville off to a tough start. Corbin Spilliard's nice play, backs up on it, fields it a little deep, but throws it across in time. So Asheville with a tough start to the season, 0-2, but definitely a talented team. They lost to Brevard, 2A Brevard last week. And then I think they lost to Providence High School, which is another really good Charlotte area team. Not to be confused with Providence Day.
We're going to shout out our travel sponsor, Poppy Handcrafted Popcorn. They're helping Baseball University with travel expenses we encountered throughout the spring, and including gas, food, and in some cases, lodging. Poppy Handcrafted Popcorn is based out of Asheville, North Carolina, and is made with a simple goal. Real ingredients, creative flavor that people love, and make it fun. The biggest part of Poppy is that they strive to make the world a better place by spreading joy and caring about others. They make their popcorn with love and attention, and because that's what it takes to succeed and to spread the positivity we see. So what's the Poppy secret? Real people, real flavors, real love. Next, we'd like to give a shout out to our home team sponsor, Hickory Nut Gap Meats, sponsoring the time that Baseball University puts towards marketing this game, the coaches pregame, and editing and posting highlights for the Providence Day Chargers prospects with recruiting and scouting content on social media for the coaches post-game. At Hickory Nut Gap, we believe strong communities start with strong connections on the farm, at the dinner table, and on the field. That's why we're proud to support local high school athletics, fueling young athletes with real nourishing food and investing in the next generation. Join us in building community through agriculture. Sign up for our CSA. Visit the farm in Fairview or find Hickory Nut Gap Meats at your favorite local retailer. Learn more at hickorynutgap.com. Our away team sponsor, Gravely's Construction, sponsoring the time that Baseball University puts towards marketing this game, the coaches pregame, and any posting highlights for the Christ School prospects with recruiting, scanning content on social media, and coaches post-game. Gravely's Construction has been serving Western North Carolina and upstate South Carolina since 1978. Clearing and grading retaining walls are just a few applications of their expertise. Give them a call at their office at 828-884-4919 or sell at 828-553-3135. We thank the Gravely's Construction for being our away team sponsor. I think Coach Cook went to throw out some of the Poppy's popcorn that was brought to us at today's matchup, so excited to dive into this. Called strike. I believe that's a 1-1 count to start. We also do want to shout out our fourth inning sponsor, Hauling Solutions and Grading. We'll throw a little thing up on the screen real quick. I'll take it off.
Got a little guest behind here. We've got Owen Shirey in the house. Owen, how you doing today?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing great, man. It's our fourth broadcast. I'm glad to be back down here. Owen knows us a little bit. We came down and did some prospect filming down at Cleveland, right? It was November 17th. So we don't need to talk about us. Let's talk about y'all. Like Coach Bondurant, I'm like really impressed with that guy. Like, tell me, like you've been playing for him pretty much the whole time, right?
Yes, sir.
So tell me a little bit about him. Like, what's it like playing for Coach?
Yeah, he's a great guy. I mean, he's definitely a player's coach. He pitched at South Carolina in college, went to the World Series, you know. He definitely has a great plan for the program. he gets us out here in the fall with before season to do work.
First baseman number
He's
3,
always prepared, you know.
Luca
He's just a good guy. Good guy.
Now, when you say players coach, I've had a couple players call me that in the past, and like I assume that's like he's probably tough and stern, but he's probably not a yeller, is he?
Yeah. He's got two sides, you know. He's all for the players, you know, understands like where we come from with mistakes and how we play, you know, but also he has that tenacity to like get on us when we're doing something wrong and then we need to do better.
All right, so let me ask you. I mean, I personally think you're good enough playing college. For y'all listening, Owen's not playing today because he hurt his wrist in basketball, but he was probably the best 27 prospect we saw back in November down in Cleveland. And you don't see that? It was like a cricket play right there. And again, it's early, and I guess like I want to ask you as like a young man, like, are you intimidated by the idea of playing college ball? Is it like, what's it like being like 15, 16, 17 and like thinking about your future right now?
Yeah, I definitely think like I feel like since a kid it's always been my dream, you know, so there's definitely that want and grind to go at that atmosphere, but also that like opportunity, you know, it's big and obviously it's great, but you know, sometimes you got to like go for those moments, you know, not be afraid, and that'll be like the best advantage for you to get there.
Yeah, I mean, do you feel like you kind of see like the adult world sneaking in too? Because like you think college baseball and it's going to be fun, but it's like, oh dang, I got to get a degree. I got to figure out my money, you know? Like, has that started to creep in a little bit with like the schools you're looking at, kind of thing? I got to be realistic.
Yeah, so, you know, there's always that, you know, it's not just baseball. That's not always just going to be like your go-to get out of jail free card. You have to think about your job, life, what you want to do, and that definitely plays a big factor.
All right. Oh, looks like we're going to have a stolen base attempt here. Wells Alderman is down. Oh, nice throw, but not quite held on to by Croft out there. Okay, so kind of like a little trick question here. Like, baseball's out of the picture. What's your dream job?
Definitely something in business. I'm really into money, you know, something in that type of nature.
Good deal. Selling maybe some Poppy's popcorn one day. So, well, like I said, man, I'm real impressed with you so far. I don't want y'all kids to be intimidated by the recruiting process. You know, I guess I'm going to get a selfish plug here, but like so far, just like your work with me doing some of the prospect filmings, like, would you advise other players to get involved with Baseball University?
Oh, 100%. Yeah, you know, it's definitely great for filming. You get a lot of opportunities, and it just really can put you on the map when you're like down low and nobody's really looking at you. It can really help you out and change your life.
Yeah, that's my selfish plug for the day. I'm trying to become a better businessman myself, right, Owen? Yes, sir. And that is hard. It's like you got to get out there and grind, you know. So, that's, like, if you're going to be a businessman, I think that the baseball lifestyle, just learning the grind, like I always had a saying when I was younger around like a lot of the hardworking men in my life, they'd always say 40 hours a week is not full time. You know what I'm saying? Like 40 hours ain't full time. So it's just one of those things, like you grind on the baseball field, you're going to get ready to grind in life. So, but last question for you. We're coming back down for that Charlotte Christian game. Again, I ain't going to put you too much on the spot, but give us a little bit of preview. What are you thinking for that day?
I think it'll be a great series, too. We play them, I think, 2 times that week. And last year we split. We lost here, won there on their senior night. So there's definitely a little bit of tension. But I think, you know, we have another couple guys that are on the injured list, but I think we'll all be back and healthy. So I think it should be a really fun game and fun to watch.
Owen's too humble because he was on the mound for that W versus Charlotte Christian last year, and I'm a big fan of them. Like we lost to them in the playoffs a couple years ago when the DJ Layton kid was playing, and I think you struck them out last year. That's my team. So, all right, man, I'm gonna let you get back in the dugout. I know Coach Bondurant. I appreciate him letting you come over here, but this is such a fun game. I know you want to get back in there.
Yes, sir, for sure. Thank you for
all
having
right,
me.
Thanks, buddy.
Good to see
you. I'll see you. That was Owen Shirey, good baseball player. Really enjoyed seeing him in November. Left-handed swinger, right-handed thrower. Good pitcher, low 80s, and it's creeping up in the mid 80s. And I'll tell you, he's so fun to watch pitch because he's got that real solid follow-through where like he essentially does a split. Like his toe is touching the sky when he lets go of that ball and follows through. All right, Hunter, catch us up a little bit. What did we miss here?
Walk, stolen base, catcher fumbled the ball a little bit, and then
We got 2 outs.
ground ball fielder's choice and moved the runner over and scored, and then he just stole again. So yeah, it's 2 outs.
Okay, so Luca Rose down there at second. So Luca with the walk.
He walked.
Stole second. So I guess we had runners retired, I guess.
Yeah, just the
Lead off.
he scored. And then ground ball moved him over, I think.
Oh, runner coming off early. Luca Rose going to break to third, and he is out at third base. So caught stealing there, 1-5.
You'll have to go check the book on that.
So they could attempt to steal down there at third base. There was a run.
Middle of the fourth. Ryan's going to go update his book. He's all over the place today. Big shout out to Coach Cook for all the work he does. But let's go into the fourth inning sponsor, Hauling Solutions and Grading. Andrew Casoria, owner of Hauling Solutions and Grading, is the guy to call for any kind of gravel, dirt, rock, topsoil, and more delivered to your home, business, or job site. Hauling Solutions and Grading has dump trucks large and small enough to fit your needs. You'll also want him to give him a call for any kind of grading needs, such as driveways, culvert replacements, bank erosion, ditch work, building pads, and more. Andrew and his great team will take great care of you. Call or text 828-776-9477 for a quote today and let Hauling Solutions
what did Corbin
be
do
your
there?
solution. Their website is hauling-solutions.com. Email mackhaulingsolutions@gmail.com. And follow them on Facebook, Hauling Solutions and Grading. Big thank you to Hauling Solutions and Grading for being the fourth inning sponsor. We're going to leave up his little sidebar here because we kind of neglected him a little bit with the travel home and away and the interview here. So Ryan talking back here, and you get a check on one of these camera angles, but yeah, I know with a lot of the damage from Hurricane Helene, Andrew's having a lot of business over there. So please give him a call. I know he's busy. I know he's doing a lot of work to take care of our community, and I know he's done some work for Coach Cook and myself. So big thank you to Andrew Casoria and Hauling Solutions for sponsoring the fourth inning here in the bottom of the fourth. Christ School up 4-2 over here in Charlotte, North Carolina, on the campus of Providence Day School. A lot of prospects out here today. Let's dive into a few of them. Be on the lookout for, pitcher for the Greenies, Wells Alderman. Oh, no, we have a new pitcher now, Owen Shirey, sophomore. What do we know about Owen? I don't know anything about Owen. I'm not really familiar with these players, but we're going to learn a lot today. Oh, guys. Please drop a line in the chat and let us know how we're looking. I know I saw a couple of messages. I think someone was talking about TC beating Grissom 4-3 and 8. So, yeah, any scores you guys know of in the NCHSA or NCISAA networks, drop them in the chat, drop some messages, let us know how we're looking. We'd love feedback. It'd really help us out.
Say Christ School had another good basketball season, it looks like. I think they may have won states again. Oh, line drive up the middle. Base hit for Emory to start the fourth inning.
Leadoff single for Matthew Emory.
We got Davis Too Tall Jones and Davis from Georgia originally and heading off to Sewanee University next year.
University of the South.
Yeah, Sewanee University of the South.
Yes.
I think I tell you
former SEC school.
Really?
Sewanee, way back in the day. One of the originals.
Interesting. I did not know that. Squares the bunt, pulls back. Jonathan Reese going to make a quick throw to first base, blocked up by Luca Rose, keeps it in the infield.
Batting for the Chargers, number 2, Brendan Raven.
So Raven he's the right fielder, number 9 hitter today. Popped out to Jonathan Reese, the catcher, last time. Emory taking his lead off of first base. We'll see if Raven squares again. He does. Jones just misses. Davis Velo was rising pretty good last year. Got to about 86, 87. Started creeping 88, 89 in the summer. I've been with the coaches at Sewanee. Coach Scott, Coach Burns is the other one. Very excited to bring him in. Sewannee's been doing a good job, even as a D3 program, of developing talent the last couple years. And, I think they're the type of school that they're open to trying to push some of their guys up to the D1 level if they earn it.
Ball bouncing around out there. Oh.
And a little ugly here for a minute, but still no advancement. Yeah, I'll go check that camera there. But I went up there and pushed it. I seen the lights come on the green one, but I didn't really see the camera react to it.
It's weird.
Thing out.
Maybe, replug it in because it might die soon. Which is okay because it's
up and in.
Chin music.
So Jones around the zone after a first pitch single by Emery. Raven draws the walk.
Just crazy latency issue up there on 2. I don't know if that's due to the battery or what, but
But when I go and I hit power the other night, didn't it show it right here, right away?
It kind of went up, yeah. Okay. So we'll see what happens.
All right, here's a meeting at the pitcher's mound. Probably a good time to talk about. Let's talk maybe about our home and away sponsors.
No, we already covered those.
Okay, I would say you've been taking care of business.
Grinding. Yeah, let's talk about our Patreon. Want to help and support Baseball University of the Blue Ridge? Visit our Patreon at www.patreon.com/bbuniversitywNC. The more financial support Baseball University of the Blue Ridge can earn, the more coverage of Western North Carolina baseball we can bring you. Western North Carolina College Tour Series, the Western North Carolina High School Scout Streaming Series, which you're watching live now, some Legion coverage, weekly media content, highlight films, etc. Choose which tier is right for you at www.patreon.com/bbuniversitywNC. Yeah, we got a lot of great sponsors. 14 sponsor, Matt Coin Solutions, travel sponsor.
Down the first base line, but foul.
Travel sponsor, Poppy's Handcrafted Popcorn. Home team sponsor, I believe that is Hickory Nut Gap. And then away team sponsor is Gravely Construction. So big thank you to 4 of those sponsors for supporting Baseball University of the Blue Ridge and our mission.
The home team sponsor, Hickory Nut Gap, good business. My brother works there. We actually he had his wedding at their farm back last year in the spring. Just a really great organization overall. Organic meats. Again, we got clean popcorn here with good ingredients. We got good meats from Hickory Nut Gap Farms. We're trying to put emphasis on good for you food. I know, isn't that popcorn like the most legit thing you've ever tasted? And again, it looks like every purchase, what is it saying here? The purchase supports our Hurricane Helene relief efforts as well.
So guys like Andrew over at Holland Solutions and Poppy supporting Helene effort in our region. Man, it's good, Coach. This is like it's got the caramel corn, and then I'm not gonna name the names because honestly, this is like a better mix. I'm trying to figure out what this is.
So Austin Ward up again, had a single his last time up. Or excuse me, a walk his last time up. And that is strike 3. It's a big K by Davis Jones. The Sewanee commit. So now 1 out. Runners on first and second. That brings Kokenauer back to the plate. George is 1 for 2 with a single, and he actually scored a run when he reached on the drop third strike in the first inning. He was on board for Austin Nelson's home run. Nice curveball there by Davis Jones. Strike 1. Again, we talked about the importance of strike 1 today. Got 2 disciplined teams. They're going to be approaching the plate with a good plan. So you might as well go ahead and locate early and get them thinking swing so you can get your off speed working early, try to get some chase later in the game. So 1-1 count, 1 out, 2 on. Again, day game here. We got the line drive back into the fence for the netting. say with it being a day game and the trees here behind us, you have the shade casted across the diamond. It is now almost engulfed the line of sight from batter to pitcher. It's been a little spotty of light and dark, which can make it tough to pick up the spin, pick up the release point as a batter. Hit by pitch here is going to load the bases. So 4-2. Greenies up.
Bases are loaded. Number 5, Rush Adams.
Rush Adams here, the number 3 hitter. He had a single his second time up after striking out in the first. Davis Jones had a big K of Ward, but the single by Emery, the walk of Raven, and the hit by pitch of Kokenauer has loaded the bases. Davis Jones, big, tall, 6'5", 6'6", 86 miles per hour on the radar gun there by Jones. So good velo. So some pretty hard velo today from Copeland, the starter. He got up to 89. Nice pitch up in the zone. That one is 83. Chased it up near the letters. Big pitch here, an 0-2 delivery. Again, we talked about the importance of getting ahead early. Luca Rose, it's the ground ball, throws home for 1. The 3-2 fielder's choice gets Kokenauer at home. So 2 down, bases still loaded here. And that brings the dangerous Austin Nelson to the plate. Nelson with the 2-run homer in the first has been the scoring line for Providence Day so far. He flew out to right field his last time up. Hit it hard too, but right into the glove of Garen Gosnell out there. Big moment here for the Chargers. Could be a game-changing opportunity here for Nelson. Lays off an 85-mile-per-hour fastball at the top of the zone. Guess he just missed. Again, pretty field out here. You can see the field house out in left center field, the football field beyond that. Football field's got its lights on. But again, the baseball field, just the place, just the location of it isn't going to allow for the placement of lights, especially down the right field line.
It's a shame.
Maybe one day. Swing and a miss curveball in the dirt. So 1-2 count. And again, if the ball hits the dirt here, Jonathan Reese just has to touch home plate with all the bases occupied. Davis Jones, big leg kick, delivers. Nice curveball, bottom of the zone. Good take by Austin Nelson. 2s all around. 2-2 count, 2 outs. 2 runs in for the home team. Greenies up by 2, 4-2. Right there, strike 3. Great pitch by Davis Jones. That is probably your gritty pitch of the game so far. We'll get to that a little bit later. Well, we stay at 4-2 here. It's a good time to remind you to stay connected to Baseball University across all our social media platforms. So if you're listening to this right now on YouTube and you're not subscribed yet, please press that subscribe button. Again, www.youtube.com/BB University WNC. You can also like us on Facebook. You can follow us on X. And we recently started an Instagram account. Again, BB University WNC is the username for all our social media platforms. And you can also go to our website, baseballu.org, to learn more. Well, heading into the top of the 5th, I'm going to hand it over to Hunter while I go check one of our cameras again.
And I'm going to talk about our 5th inning sponsor, Nova Pitching Performance. If you're looking for making the next step in your player development in your career, Nova Pitching Performance is directed by Anthony Payne, and Coach Payne has worked with a lot of pitchers in the Western North Carolina area. He takes in data analytics, biomechanics, and just like this old school grit mentality along with some new school data aspects to help pitchers get the most out of their potential. So if you're looking to make strides in your performance, give Coach Payne at Nova Pitching Performance a call ASAP. He has in-house and remote training options for high school and college athletes. Big thank you to Nova Pitching Performance for being our 5th inning sponsor. I'm gonna make sure that Ryan is getting this camera worked out.
Leading off the
Hopefully he's
fifth
got
inning
it.
for Christ School, number 14, Jonathan Reese.
Jonathan Reese leading off for Christ School. .63-footer there, bounces in front of the plate. 1-0. Nice little matchup here between two private schools from different parts of the state. It's good to see these matchups happening early on in the season. 2-0 count to Johnny. The senior, I don't know if he's heading off anywhere. Let me check the notes. Caldwell commit, Jonathan Reese. Looks to take this hitter's count. Oh, just gets under it. Will it stay in play on third base line? It does, but the third baseman can't see it. Looks like there's a camera guy over there. So 2-1 count. Might have to go over here and maybe get up there on the thing myself. I think I'll take a short break, so I'm going to take this 2-1 count over there, and I'm going to check out the camera. Be right back.
So we're going to welcome here to Murdoch Field our excellent videographer, video cameraman, DJ Copeland, one of our favorites. DJ, welcome. Great to have you today.
Yeah, it actually started charging this time, but I had to, it was already off when I got up there.
Yeah, we're going to check and see if we can get this one reconnected.
Pitch hitter now
That's
for
kind of where we're
Greenies,
at.
number 19, Salvador Neme.
Trying, yeah. All right, so we're good. We back. We're good.
Oh, 2 is back. Let's go. A little different angle, but that's okay as long as we're online.
All right, where are we at in the lineup here, Hunter? Jonathan Reese took his walk.
He took his walk. Let me go
Again,
ahead.
big fan of Jonathan Reese. I think he's got all the elite tools to be great. Pinch looks like maybe Sawyer or someone's running for him over there. Turns the bunt here. Duterre gets it down. Good bunt. So sack in the goes in the book as a sack bunt. Doesn't lose an AB. Runner moves up the second with 1 out. So Wesley King trying to play some small ball, build upon the lead here. And it brings Patrick Robichaud to the plate.
Patrick Robichaud.
No,
That's it.
3's not charged. 3 hasn't been
Which
charged.
one's 3?
That one. I'll go get it. I think I can reach that one. There's angle 2 right here. So does that look good?
That ain't bad.
Okay. Just
So
a little weird with the thing and whatnot, but
yeah, we can see the pickoff attempts. That's what I like. So yeah, you guys can hear kind of our rumblings here. We had a little bit of a battery issue. I had to climb the basically the sound box pole or whatever that is over there to try to get the battery issue taken care of. Again, I think for the most part, the stream's been going pretty well today. Again, drop a note in the comments for us to let us know how it's looking on your end.
called strike.
New pitcher here for Providence Day. This is Hunter Poindexter. Hard line drive. That's going to get through for a base hit. Well, it's bobbled a bit. Stutters. Starts again. Throw is cut off. He's going to score. So Sawyer King, the pinch, the Kersey runner, makes it all the way around after Patrick Robichaud with the RBI hits the RBI single. So nice hit by Patrick. Goes to second on the throw home.
21, Aaron Gosnell.
Scores King, the pinch runner. That brings Garen Gosnell on the plate. He's 0 for 1 with a walk and a K. This Poindexter's first inning. Was Copeland in? Yeah, Copeland was in until. So Copeland's line is done after 4. He gives up 4 runs in 4 innings, collects 3 Ks. A little wild. That was probably the theme of his outing. Great stuff. Got all the way up to 89. Swing and a miss the curveball there. But again, we talked about how important first pitch strikes are going to be today. And right now, the Greenies has been a little bit more efficient on the mound with their balls and their strikes. So Patrick Robichaud with his leadoff second base. 1 down. Delivers. Swing, and there's a ground ball. And that's going to make it through the hole. Patrick Robichaud is going to hold up at third base. He's cut off. He'll be in a first and third situation after the single by Garen Gosnell. Cade Granning hit a hard line drive right into the shortstop's glove last time. And
Looks like Wesley King's going to make a change here.
so pinch hitter for Cade Granning.
What did they say? 3 for 8 with 8 re-entering, I think. Maybe going to the pin.
Number 24.
24 for 8. But Jonathan.
Whoa, no, Jonathan's already in the game. So who we got here?
That must be a uniform issue. Is this Jack Ray?
This is Jack?
This is
Jack
Jack,
Ray.
so-
Okay, so Jack Ray.
Christ School, number 24, Jonathan Reese.
That's what I thought because I looked that up earlier. And
Oh, they switched
Reese
their
was playing
numbers?
14.
Okay.
We're in 14. I was like, that's.
So Jack Ray pinch hitting for Granning.
Correction, that's number 24, Jack Ray.
Jack was recently with T.C. Robertson, transferred to the Christ School this year. Jack is recovering from a Tommy John surgery, I believe. He's a good pitcher, but in this case, using him for the other side of his skills, the offensive side, hoping for a base hit. So again, any college coaches listening, this is a guy that's going to be under the radar a little bit. Pretty solid pitcher, just been dealing with some injuries. So once he's healthy again next year, he'll be back on the pitching staff for the Greenies. Evens up the count here, 1-1.
I think those battery packs go out after a certain time, maybe. Maybe they
Just
just
on
get
their own,
used for
yeah.
2 hours and you just got to click the power button real quick.
So I got to climb that one up here in a little bit.
I don't think we got to climb it. It looks to be where I can reach
Yeah,
it.
it should be.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, it's on the middle of the fence over there. So you got that one? All right. All right, Gosnell at first, Robichaud at third. We got 1 out. 1-2 count. Swing at the high fastball. So 77-mile-per-hour fastball up in the zone. Strike 3. That is 2 outs in the inning. So again, the leadoff walk by Reese, the sacrifice bunt by Tatera, then back-to-back singles by Patrick Robichaud and Garen Gosnell. the RBI with Patrick's single, and then the strikeout of Ray. So with 2 outs here, 1 run in, we still have a first and third situation. Number 9 hitter, TK Wright up at the plate. Long staring by Poindexter. Delivers. Curveball. 67 on the outside corner. Haven't seen any wind this week. Every single night has been very steady. Flag is great pitch to steal on curveball in the dirt. Gosnell's going to take second without a throw. Second to third now. But no wind, no weather.
Well, there's been weather. There just hasn't been bad weather.
Yeah, it's been a little chilly. But no rain, no breeze.
It's been great.
Yeah. I mean, there's been some opening nights or opening weeks in West North Carolina baseball where it's, ice on the field in the morning still,
There's been some opening weeks in baseball where they get postponed because we have 3 inches of snow on the field too. So very fortunate that the last week in February has been a mild one. I don't know what that groundhog saw.
Swing and a foul back. Now, granted, usually the northern states start a couple weeks after the southern states. So,
well, Georgia starts the beginning of February. They had like 5 games before we even saw practice.
Same with Florida. And again, we got Major League Baseball still in spring training, so they don't even start officially for about another month. College baseball in full swing all around.
Oh, yes.
Nice block up by Nelson. Let's see if it's further enough for Patrick Robichaud to score. He did not quite make it to the plate. It was close, but his hand did not quite make it. So pass ball is not enough to cut down. So it's 2-1 on the cut down. So Patrick Robichaud cut down at the plate. TK Wright will be at the plate still when we start the 6th inning.
The Chargers come to bat with Christ School at 5-2.
Well, it's time for our 5th inning sponsor, Nova Baseball. Youth, high school, and college pitchers, are you trying to take the next step in your player development? Nova Pitching Performance is directed by Anthony Payne. Coach Payne has worked with several West North Carolina pitchers in the last few seasons and helped them make major jumps in their physicality, velocity, and overall athletic performance. By infusing data, analytics, and biomechanics, Coach Payne is trying to help pitchers get the most out of their potential. If you are looking to make strides in your pitching performance, get with Coach Payne at Nova Pitching Performance ASAP. He offers in-house and remote training options for high school and college level athletes. Nova Baseball, new school data, old school grit, and we like to do a 5th inning gritty pitch of the game, and so far, that gritty pitch has been the strikeout of Austin Nelson by Davis Jones to end the 4th inning. Nelson had already had the 2-run homer at a hard line drive to right field, and he came up with bases loaded in that 4th inning, and Jones was able to get the strikeout. Pitching ain't easy, and you got to take care of that arm. So get with Anthony Payne. It's kind of a blessing to our area to start having more player development opportunities like this popping up. And that's probably where your best investments are as youth players right now is player development. So how's that camera doing?
I think we're good. We're going to see it load up here. Hopefully keep charging.
Phone 3, phone 2?
Phone 3, this one. I pressed the power button on the battery pack, so it should be good.
Okay, good deal. So Davis Jones back out for another inning here in the 5th. He's going to face Croft, Yancey, and Rivera. Croft 1 for 2. Again, Greenies up 5-2 here. This will be the first. They're trying to take a game from Providence Day for the first time in a few years. I did the gritty pitch. Yep. We said the gritty pitch was when he struck Austin Nelson out at the end of last inning. There's a bounder. Gets into the glove of Wells Alderman, I think. Is that Wells over there now? Yep. Ooh, trying to throw it around there. Gets lost in the light. Hopefully Corbin Spilliards is okay after that.
Shadows.
So. Yep, there's still some shadows on the back end of the infield.
Second baseman number 12, Trevor Yancey.
But the pitcher and the hitter are all in the shade now. So no tricks of the light at this point in the game. Nice curveball. So Davis Jones. So 3 innings by Wells Alderman. He gives up 2 runs on the Austin Nelson home run. Collects 5 Ks through his 3 innings. Now Davis Jones in for his second inning of work. He's collected 2 Ks so far, technically through 1 1/3. Yancey 0 for 1. He popped out to the pitchers last time up. Nice hard fastball there. So 83 on the gun. Not sure where that missed. Maybe a little down in the zone. So 1-2 count. Nice curveball. Swing and a miss. Gets away from Reese for a second. Throws down the first, and he is retired. So 3 Ks in 1 2/3 for Davis Jones. Say private school baseball a little bit more prominent down this way near the bigger cities. We're going to see a few private schools this year. Of course, Christ School Providence Day today. We're going to be at Christ School for when they play Asheville Christian later in the year. We're also going to travel to Gaston Christian when they play Asheville Christian. And then we'll be back at Providence Day in a few weeks when they take on Charlotte Christian. So definitely want to infuse the private school sector into the Western North Carolina Scout and Streaming Series. It's an important part of the baseball out here, and I definitely encourage more public and private schools to schedule each other to try to increase the baseball competition and overall just find some more rivalries out there, have the best play the best. So Rivera 0 for 2 today. Ground out to short his last time.
I don't know what you did to that one, but now it's no latency issues at all.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. So
must have something to do with I don't know, technology. You get John Street around technology, you get his son around technology, you never know what's going to happen.
Could be the doom of us. Complex systems on top of complex systems.
Designated hitter number 32, Matthew Emery.
Complexities, man. And again, that's the thing I like about Western North Carolina is simple life, We homestead, good baseball, good neighbors. But then you try to do a baseball broadcast, it just blows your world apart.
Mm-hmm.
We've been autodidactic this whole year, teaching ourselves production, TV production, essentially learning about things like latency and bit rates and
all the different softwares and hardwares we have to use, like what kind of charge do we need for this?
iOS systems. Oh, nice pitch. Strikes him out on 83 mile per hour fastball.
And no runs for the Chargers.
So 4 Ks collected in 2 scoreless innings for Davis Jones.
Well, good time to talk about our broadcast sponsor, CamWood Bats. CamWood Bats located in Haywood County, West North Carolina, but serving baseball and softball players nationwide. Game badge trainers, tees, and tutorials, plus anything else available for purchase at www.camwoodbats.com. As a part of our partnership with CamWood, make sure to use the coupon code BBUWNC for a 10% discount on all purchases through their website. A big thank you to CamWood Bats in Haywood County for being our premier broadcast sponsor of the Western North Carolina High School Scout and Stream Series. Well, we're into the
top of the 6.
Yeah, top of the 6 here.
I think TK Wright is still at the plate after Luca Rose was cut down on the bases.
We'll bring up our 6-inning sponsor, House of Power.
Who was cut down? It was Pat Robichaud was cut down on the plate. Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
But 6-inning sponsor, House of Power, Sheldon Reed, Clemson Tiger, and Spartanburg Methodist product over there in Mills River. Having, cage rentals, one-on-one lessons, facility memberships, and a lot more, strength and conditioning programs, etc. Conveniently located in Mills River. Check them out at their website on your screen and their phone number. And we'll detail the big swing of the game at the middle of the 6th. So stay tuned for the House of Power big swing of the game.
Say a lot of small ball and taking advantage of some mistakes for the Christ School Greenies. They scored 3 in the first inning. As the starting pitcher Copeland had great stuff, but he was just a little wild. You know, his RBI ground out. He was the bunt with the error in the first inning, and then Nelson with the big swing brought it in 3-2. Greenies have tacked on 1 in each of the last 2 innings. Again, I think we had a fielder's choice RBI in the 4th, and then a RBI single by Patrick Robichaud in the 5th. Poindexter's still on the bump for Providence Day. Now the sunshine is leaving the field. It's getting a little chilly.
Yeah, I might have to run to the Jeep and get a hoodie.
You can find that baseball while you're out there and give it to Austin Nelson. Bottom of the zone, ball. So 3-1 count here. Hudson Poindexter relieved Copeland to start the 5th. He's given up 1 run on 2 hits. There's a ground ball to shortstop. Routine across the diamond. That's Croft the Kokenauer.
George Kokenauer, 1 down.
That brings Wells Alderman back to the plate. Wells.
For the Greenies, number 12, Wells Alderman.
I believe Wells had a walk his last time up. I was running around during the 4th, so my scorecard's a little sloppy, but I believe he's 0 for 0 with 2 walks and a hit by pitch and a couple runs scored. Don't hold me to it. I might have to find a game changer there. Again, here we are with 1 out at the top of the 6th. Delivers, ground ball towards the dugout of the Providence Day Chargers. Foul.
Yeah, we got the bottom of it, but not the top.
Spins it, but don't break. Stays up in the zone. So 1-2 count. Again, it's Friday evening here in Charlotte, North Carolina. I'm sure things will be happening around the city. Swing and a miss. Gets the strikeout. Driving into Charlotte, I don't come down here much, but when I do, it kind of reminds me of living in Baltimore back in the day, coming up on the big city over the horizon, the big buildings, you know. You don't see that out in Western North Carolina. You know, Asheville's our big city, but even it is what, 90,000, 100,000 people.
Yeah, not a lot of tall buildings up there, and don't venture up that way much.
Yep.
Stay in my little confine of Zirconia, North Carolina.
Swing and a line drive is going to make it into the glove of the second baseman. Yancey turns, fires. So hard off the bat, but a nice play by Yancey. So 1-2-3 inning by the Chargers, and man, do they need that. Well, let's get back to House of Power. Let's once again mention the coupon code. So if you're trying to get lessons, get into strength and conditioning, we advise you to get with House of Power. Get with Sheldon Reed, again, former professional baseball player. Go to HOP, House of Power, HOP, Hendersonville.com. Use the coupon code BBUWNC for a 25% discount on your first lesson. And part of our sponsorship with House of Power, we like to do the House of Power big swing of the game. And even though they're losing right now, you got to give the big swing of the game to Austin Nelson. He sent one all the way to Hunter's Jeep. You heard Hunter got a new car. He figured, hey, why not go ahead and try to break a windshield, you know? So new pitcher here. We got Pete Boatwright into the game. Pete recently committed to Wake Tech. He'll be heading there next season to play for Coach Russ. Good program down there. They've been taking a lot of Western North Carolina players the last couple seasons here. Pete, mid to high 80s fastball at times. Dealt with some injuries last year in the knee. Before then, I mean, he was a 6'6" runner, very quick, potential two-way guy. Spends most of his time pitching nowadays, and I think that'll probably be his future. Good spin, good slider. He's going to have 9-1-2 here in this inning. So a good 2 innings by Davis Jones. Goes 2 clean, gets 4 Ks on 1 hit and 2 walks and HBP.
Right fielder number 2, Brendan Raven.
So Wells Alderman got the start. He went 3, I guess technically 1 earned run with the drop strike. So 2 runs, 1 earned. He gave up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits in his 3 innings of work. Now Pete Boatwright in. 87 on the gun, so some good early heat by Pete. Pete bringing the heat. Again, 9-1-2. Raven is 0 for 1 with a walk his last time up. 86. Just got to get in the zone, like we said, in the Meineke Fleet keys of the game. Those who throw strike 1 today will be rewarded because you already got disciplined teams. They're not going to chase, so you got to establish the zone early, get them thinking swing. So again, 86 to 87 here early from Pete Boatwright, but got to get in the zone, 2-1 count.
Hey, don't forget we got to get
Again, the Christ Greenies rocking the Oakland A type unis today. So plenty of heat. We just got to stay in line here. So 3-1 count.
Makes your case look pretty good. Pretty good.
Nice pitch, but misses outside by a couple inches. So ball 4.
Leadoff man on here for the Chargers in the 6th inning.
So leadoff walk to Raven brings the top up.
Center fielder number 4, Austin Ward.
It's Austin Ward, the senior. Just outside. So Austin Ward today is 0 for 3. 0 for 2. 1 walk, 2 Ks. Pete Boatwright from the stretch. Nice pitch. 85 on the gun. So 85 to 87 here early for Boatwright. 1-1 count. Nobody out. Ball pops out of Jonathan Reese's glove. He's going to try to make a throw, but it's going to be a pass ball advancement there for Raven. All right, so the senior Pete Boatwright, good athlete. He's got a runner on second here, up 3. No need to worry too much. Just got to focus on the batter here. So you can give up that run and still be just fine here. The key here is to try to be efficient before you get to Nelson again with the big swing earlier in the game. You don't want to have base runners on for him. So, again, good velo for Pete Boatwright, 85 to 87. Got to get him in the zone. 3-1 count. Again, that's Raven out at second base. Brendan Raven, the junior. So full count. Pete looks twice, delivers on the slide step. Good curveball, but low. So it's back-to-back walks. That's going to bring the tie and run up. So, again, we talked about the importance of strike 1 today. That's true through all levels of the game. Caleb Penner calling timeout. Going to go talk to his pitcher for a second. Well, I was going to say, like, thinking ahead, you know, stat lines, player of the game type conversations. It's been kind of a gritty little nitpicking game. There really hasn't been any necessarily one performance that stood out to me yet. On the Greenies, it's been a little bit of help from everybody. The pitching's been pretty solid, playing small ball. I was really impressed with Jones, able to filled the zone up after the early hit by pitch and a couple walks, but he collected 4 Ks in his 2. Velo looked real good today too.
First baseman number 15, George Kokenauer.
Again, Spilliards had a good game with the bunt. He caused the chaos. He ended up having, I believe, an RBI ground out at one point. Patrick Robichaud with the base hit. Again, Austin Nelson with the big swing, but I have a little rule where you never give the player of the game bat to someone on the losing team. Yeah. I don't care if you go 4 for 4 home runs. Like, sorry. All right, how's our camera doing?
Look good. Just got back from getting a hoodie and no baseball. Someone definitely picked that up right as it was hit.
What's that?
Someone definitely picked up Austin's home run right when it was hit.
Oh, yeah. George Kokenauer. Nice block up by Reese. When I first met George, his father reminded me how to say the last name. You pretend you're drinking a Coke an hour.
That's funny.
I mean, you're probably asking for diabetes if you do that, but that's a good little rule of thumb to remember his name, George Kokenauer, 4.5 bajillion GPA, really intelligent kid, wants to be a heart surgeon one day. When I met him, I told him a little story about my daughter when she had her heart surgery a couple years ago and told him, like, hey, if you're going to go for that job path, just know that, like, man, mad respect, because I know it's a hard job and you got a lot of emotions involved when someone goes into a tough procedure like that. Swing and a miss, 2-2. But baseball is a good environment at a young age to learn teamwork, learn how to deal with adversity, correct your failures, deal with disappointment. If you can handle the baseball grind, you can handle the life grind. Nice pitch, but outside. Good call by the umpire.
Yeah, I agree.
Full count. So again, Pete Boatwright's stuff looking really good today. Probably yanking it just a little bit. Bounces it there. And these are those situations where you got to learn to let your heart rate slow down a little bit. So 3 straight walks here by Boatwright to start the 6th.
The bases are loaded. Number 5, Rush Adams.
Rush Adams, 1 for 3 on the day. Had the single in the 2nd inning. Fielder's choices last time up. Infield is going to stay back, playing for the double play. Corners in. Swing and a miss at the high heat there. So Jonathan Reese telling him to move quickly. Short memory. Here we go. So nice pitch. 80.
I don't know where that missed.
Call the ball.
No idea where
I don't
that
like
missed.
that call.
He's right down the plate. Right.
Been doing all right tonight, but I don't know where that one missed. It was 86. Looked like right down the pipe. I have been trying to figure out if you don't call the low strike. I have been trying to figure that out a little bit. All out. Again, plenty of heat, but got to get in the zone. So Rush Adams here. He would be the go-ahead run with these bases loaded. We saw a big old grand slam the other night when we were up at Western Carolina for the Sunday game, I should say, the other week. Western was up by 3 runs against Maryland in the bottom of the 9th, and they gave up a grand slam. Maryland went ahead 1 before the Catamounts came back an inning later with a walk-off home run by Elijah Smith. Swing, there's a ground ball to third. It's past the dive of Tutera. 1 run will score. 2 runs will score. Throw comes into third, bounces off the glove of Welderman, and 2 in. Down by 1 now is the Providence Day Chargers. So Raven scores from third. Ward scores from second. Kokenauer all the way to third on the 2-run RBI double by Rush Adams. So big hit by the number 3 hitter, and that brings up another big hitter. Austin, I like to hit baseballs at Jeeps Nelson.
Number 9, Austin Nelson.
So Wesley King out to the bump.
I think a good time.
Again, no outs recorded after 3 walks and then the double, we talked about the importance of strike one. So good time to talk about our sponsor. Our travel sponsor tonight is Poppy's Popcorn. Wow, what a great experience. They brought us a bunch of delicious popcorn. We got to run around and throw it at children in the stands. Like, just again,
It's like when
it felt like we're at a minor league ballpark, having like the fan experience. So a lot of happy children, a lot of happy fans right now with Poppy's Popcorn in their hands here at the Greenies versus Chargers game. So what's baseball without popcorn, right?
exactly, and this is just like where they throw out Cracker Jacks at outside the booth at Braves games. A lot of you guys are Braves fans, being from the Southeast, being America's team. Guys in the booth at the Braves games, Brandon Gaudin and Jeff Francoeur throw out, chips, bobbleheads, Cracker Jacks, a bunch of stuff, food and snacks at the 17 stretch. And it's really cool that we got to do this. So big thank you to Poppies.
Yep.
It's very good.
So tough line for Pete Boatwright. Gives up the 2 runs on the double. The 2 runners out there are going to be accounted to Pete. The stuff was good. 85-87, just missing the zone. We talked about in the beginning of the game, strike one's going to be big today with these 2 disciplined teams. And it proved in the 6th there. Now, this is a first look at Cam Walker. Cam is a sophomore. New name for me. He was not there when I coached. So excited to get a first look. Again, Greenies holding the lead here. But Providence Day threatening with nobody out and runners on second and third. Again, a little quiet right now. No pump-up music or anything in between pitchers here. We'll get right back to business in a minute. And the goal for Cam Walker is, you guessed it, strike one. You got a base open down there, but might as well be aggressive. You're, maybe I take that back. With the base open and Austin Nelson coming to the plate, we'll see what they choose to do here. All I know is Austin Nelson's pretty good at guessing curveballs sometimes, because that was the pitch he hit out in the first after Wells Alderman had pretty much diced up the Providence Day Chargers up to that point. He'd actually recorded 3 Ks in the inning before he met up with Nelson. Unfortunately, the second of those Ks was dropped, allowing the inning to extend. So Austin Nelson finds himself in a big position here against Cam Walker. Delivers. Ooh, calls a strike outside. 82 on the gun for Walker. So again, some good velos this evening for both sides. Was very impressed with, big swing there, 0-2. Was pretty impressed with the stuff of Lawson Copeland. But again, much like Boatwright there, just had trouble staying in the zone. Oh, hits him. So he gets ahead 0-2 before drilling him in the back. So again, HBP loads the bases. So that brings a shortstop, Croft. K-R-O-P-F, Charlie Croft, the sophomore shortstop, to the plate. We saw a little bit of Croft last year when the Greenies hosted Providence Day. I want to say he had a couple base hits in the game. Again, young prospect. Again, Walker, highlight kick, delivers. Ground ball coming into third baseman, bounces it home, gets past the catcher, Reese, so it's going to be E5. So E5 by Croft allows him to reach first base. Everybody moves up 1. Technically no RBI on the
And
play.
we are tied at 5 runs apiece.
So we got ourselves a new ball game here. But umpires are discussing. I was actually wondering too, did he foul it off of his foot?
Well, Wesley's trying to argue here.
Is that what he's saying? I was wondering if he didn't hit that off his foot. Did you feel that?
Let's see. That's what it looks like to me, the way the ball changes direction.
Interesting. Yeah, we're just watching the replay here on our stream because it's lagged a little bit. And we're watching it one more time here.
Yeah, that it just feels like
you can even kind of see the way he came out of the box. He was kind of unsure of himself. So maybe a missed call there. It's hindsight now as it's 5-5.
He definitely did come out slow.
Unfortunate.
Number 12, Trevor Yancey.
But this gets back into our other key to the game. Oh, that's going to break this thing open. Hard line drive down the right field line. Yancey's going to go to second. A little bit of a bobble out there. Are all three going to score? Yes, they are. It's a big double by Yancey. That might be your new House of Power big swing of the game right there. A big 3-run double by Yancey. Breaks this one open a little bit. Gives the Providence Day Chargers the lead. Croft all the way around from first base to score the 3rd run on that play. And we are 8-5 at the moment.
Number 7, Jack Rivera.
So Walker filling the zone, but unfortunately leaving it up a little bit, allowing for some good swings. Pop fly off to the right side, off the netting. So that's probably our House of Power big swing of the game right now.
Yeah.
So the Greenies came into this inning holding a 5-2 lead, 6 in now for Providence Day. You know, he'd been consistent out there for the last few innings, but he's starting to kind of deviate from that outside corner call a little bit. And getting a little bit darker as we don't have lights here. Nice pitch by Walker, 80 low. In the zone, gets a swing. So Walker, the sophomore, has been 80-82.
Seen a lot of these.
Good frame.
The 5th and 6th inning the last week.
Yeah.
Been a big break open inning for all the schools.
What was the 5th inning with South Point?
Tuscola
scored 8.
And they scored 7, I think.
Yeah, so they went up 12-2.
Yeah.
We thought they were down to their final out, I think. We thought we were going home early at the 10-run rule, and then they came back and scored 7 to make it a 12-9 game.
Ended up being 13-9 final.
Before Colt Nelson said, "Give me the dang ball." Closed out the last 2 innings and won himself the CamWood Bats player of the game as the Tuscola Mountaineers got the first W of the year. They're playing AC Reynolds this evening. They might be underway here in a little bit.
Check in. I'll text Coach Korn's wife and see if she got a score.
Who's Wes Henderson playing tonight?
Huh?
Wes Henderson playing?
AC
Reynolds is playing Tuscola.
Okay.
Yep.
West is playing someone. North is playing Hendersonville. West is playing Madison, I believe. I know that was their next game.
Umpires tells the Chargers are starting to get rowdy down there to get them all back in the dugout. See if we can pull up the old Max Preppers here. Get some scores up in here. Well, that's a nice way to end it. So the old double play. So what is that? The line out. So the 3-6 double play. Man, did they need that? So 2 quick outs. The first 2 recorded in this inning, and that brings. So Matthew Emery is going to be the 9th hitter batting around. Let's see. TC Robertson played down Alabama today. Beat some team named Grissom 4-3. So they're 2-0. Franklin played right back to the mound. Walker picks it up, throws over to first, and that'll be the final out of the inning. So the damage has been done, 8-5. We'll head into the top of the 7th. We'll see if the Greenies can mount a comeback. So Franklin playing North Buncombe tonight. McDowell playing Owen, and Reynolds playing Tuscola. Let's go ahead and talk about our home team sponsor, Gravely. Hold on. Oh, is that our home team sponsor? Yeah. I'm back. Let me get my notes. Home team sponsor, Hickory Nut Gap. Like I said, my brother works for them. It's been a great place of employment, but even, let's talk about the meat. Oh, my God, delicious meat. At Hickory Nut Gap, they believe in strong communities, and they believe that they start with strong connections on the farm, at the dinner table, and on the field. That's why they're so proud to support local high school athletics, fueling young athletes with real, nourishing food and investing in the next generation. Located in Fairview, you can sign up for their CSA, visit the farm, or You can go online at hickorynutgap.com and learn about the most delicious meats you can find. And our away sponsor today, Gravely Construction. They've been serving Western North Carolina and upstate South Carolina since 1978. They do clearing, grading, and retaining walls. It's just a few applications of their expertise. Give them a call at their office at 828-884-4919 or on their cell at 828-553-3135. Again, Gravely Grading, Construction. They do a lot of little, just about every little job you can imagine, and big jobs too. And I know Shannon Gravely very well. He's a good guy. I trust my work with him any day. So thanks again to our home and away sponsors.
Well, here in the 7th, sponsored by State Farm, Chad McMahon. Chad McMahon, State Farm, proud sponsor of Baseball University. Big thank you to him. Give him a call. Send him a text at 828-452-0567. Hoping life go right. The whole Like the Good Neighbor, State Farm is their commercials. Like Chad McMahon's a good neighbor, and I know Coach Cook. I have insurance with him, so.
Yep. We got home and auto through State Farm.
Might need some workers' comp insurance if I'm standing up on the ladder that often.
Yeah, right. This is Emery in the pitch. He was the DH, so he just comes in for himself here to hope. And for the Chargers, they're hoping that he's going to close this game out and earn the save. Emery at the plate today was 1 for 4. We'll see if he can record these final 3 outs and send the Chargers home a winner.
He's about time to lose his sunglasses and put the regular glasses on.
He's going to have his hands full here as he goes through 3, 4, 5, the meat of the Greenies lineup. Ball low. So 80 on the gun. Yep. Matt Emery.
Pitching for the Chargers, number 32, Matthew Emery.
Yeah, I can't thank our sponsors enough. It's been a long week. Hunter and I came down on Tuesday. Ooh, almost hits him. For the Crest West Henderson game, we ended up staying overnight in the hotel. Again, it's just easier than going all the way back up the mountain. It allowed us to get to South Point and, just not wear ourselves too thin. So, again, whether it's our inning sponsors or home, away, or travel sponsors, it's all going to a good place. The Starlink's been working great today. A couple little technical difficulties with battery packs and cameras, but nothing that's ruined the broadcast by any means.
No, just the phones for some reason. I think it's because I've been updating them a lot, doing a lot of work on them, so they might have been running hot today.
Yeah,
hopefully get some highlights out of them.
Yeah. I was going to say one thing I'm going to try to do this weekend a little bit is start going through the first 4 games, pulling some highlights. We're going to reach out through the social media. That hit them. We're going to reach out through the social media to try to collect highlights from players around Western North Carolina over the next 2 weeks as well. And the plan is to try to make some sort of bi-weekly This Week in Mountain Baseball highlight drop. We did 2 last year. They were fun. Looking maybe for some interns to help. Man hours are tough. It's just me and Hunter, and we're probably doing the work of 6 people, when you look at what a production crew is really all about. So Spilliard's down at first with the hip-high pitch. That being said, college guys, we're going to be reaching out to UNCA, Western, Mars Hill, some of the local colleges looking for some video interns. Again, a chance to build your resume up with Baseball University. You work hard for me, I'll give you great references. I'm already trying to figure out how to keep Hunter on board for as long as I can. Speaking of that, I got a paycheck for him today. But Jonathan Reese at the plate. Jonathan is 1 for 2 with a single and a walk and a run scored.
Ball in. Yeah, Christ School's got a big slate next week. On Monday, traveling to Providence Academy in Johnson City, Tennessee. That game's at 5. And then Thursday, back at home in Arden. The ball's low. 2-1 count. Greenies in Arden against Hickory Grove. They're out of Charlotte. And now on Friday and in the week versus Metrolina Christian. And that is where Providence Day. Well, thanks for the check, Coach. Providence Day on Tuesday.
That's a strike, dude. Close. but out.
Providence Day on Tuesday,
Yep.
traveling to Metrolina Christian at 4, and then
Metrolina is strong.
yeah, and Friday traveling to Ravenscroft and Raleigh at 5, and then Saturday a doubleheader against North Raleigh and at 10:30 a.m. and then at Cary Academy at 2.
Big bounder to third, throws across, bounces it, ball's out in the right field, but I don't think Spilliards knew. May have had a chance to advance, but the right fielder Raven is right there to back up. So we'll call that a E5. So first and second here. So now Greenies threatening. Down 3, tying run coming to the plate, and Henry Tutera. But yeah, again, your sponsorships, your investment into Baseball University through the crowdfunding and our Patreon, again, it goes towards making this happen. You know, jokingly, yes, it is Hunter's payday, but I wouldn't be able to do that for him and have the help if it wasn't for our sponsors and the good people of Western North Carolina making this happen. This is very organic. The original idea, again, came from conversations with Coach Cordy at Western last year. It was my first year not coaching high school ball in about 12, 13 years. I was trying to go all in on scouting. I said, Coach, like, what do I do with my time? He said, well, why don't you get out and stream the games? We never get to see them. It made sense. So we headed out. A lot of my ideas do come from communications with these coaches. Again, I want to give Mike Victory, former Brevard head coach, now at Hood College up in Maryland. He was the one that helped me get the idea for the Western North Carolina College Tour Series, which, again, if you're listening, we're going out to Montreat tomorrow. They play Kentucky Christian at 12 o'clock. Get there about 10:30 a.m. We'll do a quick tour of Montreat, meet with the coaches on both sides. Hard hit by Henry Tutera down the left field line. That's going to stay fair. Spilliards is in. And they're going to hold up Jonathan Reese at third base. So RBI double by Tutera. Spilliards in. And Reese all the way around to third. So second and third, Greenies are threatening. It's only 8-6 though, right? There's only one run in came there, right?
Yeah, 8-6.
Yeah, so 8-6. Scoreboard says 8-7, but it's 8-6. Yeah, it's 8-6. Yep, so one run in on the double by Tutera. Spilliards scores after the hit by pitch. Reese reached on the E5 fielder's choice. Reese still on third base. He is not courtesy ran for. Good athlete, especially in a situation like this. So Tutera, the tying run, Patrick Robichaud, he's already got an RBI single to go along with the walk today. He's 1 for 2. Patty was thrown out at home plate to end the 5th inning by just a finger. He was so close. So Emery in there as in the closer position, struggling just a bit. Hit by pitch, E5, and a RBI double. Not much sunlight left, getting a little help from the football lights out beyond left field house. Nice pitch on the outside corner, 79 fastball.
I don't know if a batter, I like those lights out there because they're kind of they're
batter's eye
low for.
Well, you also got the scoreboard out there in center field. You can see through the batting cages. Oh, what do we got here? What do we got here?
Good game, guys.
So what is...
Looks like the home plate umpires calling ball game because of being able to see, but they should have done that at the end of the 6th if they were going to do it.
This is very interesting here.
There's been a lot of chirping out here about this issue, and I was thinking the same thing. But, you know, if you get a quick top of the 7th and finish the game in full.
Right. So what do we do? Is it revert back to 6-inning score and that's the ball game, or do we?
I don't know interscholastic high school athletic association rules, but according to high school public schools, I think because you start this inning, you have to finish it at a later date. And this is interesting because
because again, the more time they talk about it, even less daylight they're going to have here. So Providence Day, everybody out of the dugout ready to line up. Greenies are refusing to leave the dugout.
You just don't like to see this.
Ooh.
Folks, the game has been called to the darkness.
So is our final score 8-5? Do we erase the 7th inning?
I don't know. This will be interesting to
Oh,
talk to Coach about the end.
golly, that is not the way we wanted to see this game end. It was
No,
getting
it's not.
dramatic.
Yeah.
Oh my Lord. I'm not sure how to feel.
So the final will be 8-5 in the score.
Okay.
The Chargers will take it.
So unfortunate, we
Back
erased
in the fourth game.
erased the 2 Terra double, the Spilliards run. So the 7th inning does not exist.
The top of the 7th run does not count, and the Chargers will win it by a score of 8-5.
Well, it's unfortunate. I mean, we're fans of Christ School, we're fans of Providence Day,
I
but
don't
we
think
just
Coach Bondurant wants to end the game
I was
on
gonna
that.
say,
He
but-
wants to win it fair and square.
But a fan of baseball is not going to like this, no matter what. So this isn't a pro Greenies statement. It's not a pro Providence Day statement right here. This is a pro baseball statement. End the baseball game. Like, play the baseball game. Like,
Either end it after 6
Yeah.
if you know it's going to be called due to lie, and let them know. So I really love that.
well,
But-
that being said, you
Seventh
know,
inning.
we want to thank Chad McMahon, State Farm Insurance, once again. Hit it out of the park with State Farm Insurance. Again, health, home, driving,
Auto,
car.
yeah.
Yep. I mean, they're up there in Waynesville. McMahon, good people, very involved in the baseball community. Give him a call at 828-452-0567 or visit him in his office in Waynesville, Haywood County. Working together with you, they'll make sure you have a customized protection that's tailored to your individual needs with world-class local service.
Yeah, thank you to Chad for being our 17th sponsor. Well, I guess we're in the post game now. Post game
Give me those
presented
Meineke.
by Meineke.
So Meineke post-game sponsor. Again, thank you, Meineke, with numerous locations in Western North Carolina. There's no better spot to get your vehicle seen and serviced, whether it's an oil change, brakes, mufflers, tires, wheels, or AC. You name it, Meineke is doing car care right. So looking through the box score here in the Meineke post-game, on the bump today, Wells Alderman started off really well. Austin Nelson hits the big home run in the first inning. That kind of, it was unfortunate because 4 Ks an inning for Wells Alderman, but the big swing brought it to 3-2. A couple scrappy runs brought it to 5-2 before the Chargers stormed back with a big hit by Yancey, the bases clearing double. Just looking through, let's see. Big hit by 2 Terra erased at the end there.
I'll be over in about 10
Good game by Patrick Robichaud. He was the one standing at the plate, wanted the opportunity. He was 1 for 2 with an RBI single. Pitchers, Davis Jones looked really well. I was impressed with him. Pete Boatwright, good stuff, but unfortunately he's going to take the L today. Cam Walker came in, tried his best, but gave a little bit of hard contact. On their side, again, kind of the same issue. You had the Copeland kid who had great stuff but just couldn't locate, gave up the 3 runs early. And you saw Emery struggling here at the end. Poindexter did fairly well in the middle, a couple runs tacked on his watch. But yeah, I think the CamWood Bats player of the game, before we announce it here, we want to thank CamWood one more time. I think before we announce this player of the game, let's just remember that they're located in Haywood County, Western North Carolina, but they serve baseball and softball players all across the nation. Bats, trainers, tees, tutorials, and more are available for purchase at CamWoodBats.com. And as part of the partnership, make sure you use that coupon code BBUWNC for a 10% discount on all purchases on the website. Well, I think the player of the game award has to go to Trevor Yancey, the sophomore. Trevor was a player that Coach Bondurant told us a little bit about before the game. Said he has a plus arm in the mound. He was up to 91 the other day in their opening day. But the big hit today in the 6th inning, he hits the 3-run RBI double down the right field line that scored 3 of the 6 runs that they put on and put them ahead because they were up. I think they were down by 1 at the time when he hit the 3-run double. So Trevor Yancey is our
32, yeah.
Our CamWood Bats player of the game. We will walk out there and reward him here in just a minute.
Well, yeah, let's go ahead and thank our sponsors. Thank you to Meineke, pre and post game sponsor. Bloom Patch Farms first inning. Hail Tax Solutions for the second inning. American Legion Post 70 for the third. Hauling Solutions and Grading for the fourth. Nova Pitching Performance for the fifth. House of Power for the sixth. Chad McMahon State Farm Insurance for the seventh. And of course, our broadcast sponsor, CamWood Bats. Thank you again for tuning in. You can catch our next broadcast on Monday. Oh, yeah, we want to thank our travel home and away sponsors as well. Thank you to Poppy's handcrafted
Delicious.
popcorn being our travel sponsor today. Let me find these. They're just all over the place. Yeah, thank you to Poppy's. Thank you to Hickory Nut Gap for being our home team sponsor, and Gravely's Construction for being our away team sponsor. And tune in on Monday to catch our next broadcast. Chase, 1-0 right now, travels to McDowell, 1-0 pending tonight's game. That'll be Monday at 6:30. I believe we'll start pregame at 6. And as always, for college coaches, feel free to hit Coach Cook up for any questions about prospects. And we'll leave you with
go get Yancey his bat. He's 2 for 4, 3 RBIs and a double today. So again, let's talk about our Patreon one last time. Please consider joining the Patreon. Patreon.com/BB University WNC. If we can crowdfund this, it allows us to bring more things to you, like the Scouting and Streaming Series, the College Tour Series, Legion coverage, weekly media content, and highlight films. Choose a tier that's right for you at our Patreon.
And stay connected to Baseball University on social media on all platforms. Like and subscribe on YouTube at www.youtube.com/@BBU.
Hey, great work tonight.
BB University WNC.
Yeah,
like us on Facebook at Baseball University of the Blue Ridge. Follow us on X, formerly Twitter, and Instagram at BB University WNC. And check out our website at www.baseballu.org. Appreciate